Nearly half of men think they can safely land a plane in an emergency, survey finds. Yeah, and the other half are pussies.
It's true. You don't think you could land a plane?
I think I could land a plane.
I think you could too. You know why I think you could?
Why?
Because you're a baller, dude.
Thank you, man.
Like, you're ball out of control all the time. I mean, look at you.
I think you could successfully, I think you could crash land a plane to the point where no one dies. I don't know if you could.
I definitely have that, like, heavy, like, young Anakin.
You son of a bitch, we're recording right.
Yes.
40 seconds? Did you get me saying the original thing?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
How dare you?
Like, I definitely have some young Anakin energy in that, like, you know, I could probably figure it out.
Right.
It's not like it takes years of coding and, you know, not coding, but learning different things about flying. Your uppers and your downers, you know, your wind gusts, your headwinds, giggity.
Yeah, giggity.
Your, I don't know, what's another pilot thing?
You feel good? You feel good about starting this early?
I do feel good about starting this early because we have a lot to talk about. We've not recorded in some time, and I feel like there's a lot of air we need to clear. You know what I mean? Lots of tension, lots of scandal that we need to address.
Is there?
Yeah,
Is there
for sure, absolutely.
What's the
There's always scandal, you know?
Name a scandal that we have to address.
Well, like, for
I
instance...
hate when you do this. I hate when you start this abruptly. There's only two of us. We have people in the way.
No, it's
They're
okay.
here.
It's good.
And they're
it's
here.
Fine.
They're here already. We could have sat with our friends for a moment and been comfortable with them before we started.
I would never be
I
comfortable.
hate when you do this.
I would never be comfortable.
I was sitting here silently. I was scrolling my phone.
Listen.
I was not ready to talk yet.
I would never be comfortable with my friends, first of all. Second of all. Without being recorded. I mean, that's why we started the podcast, so I could just carry on a conversation with you guys.
Right.
Our friendships weren't even real.
He has already
begun.
started.
You should slide down here, by the way.
Recording. You should slide over there. He's
No,
already
I
started
mean, I'm
recording,
just saying, like, you should make room for Ritz and
I
Cooper to
hate
sit.
him.
Because there is no other room.
I heard her already, like,
Yeah, no,
do
she's
whatever
here.
she did.
Yeah, she's opening the door. There she
He
is.
already started the recording.
Yeah.
We're recording
Yeah.
without against my better judgment / permission. He did it anyway.
Would I have waited for your permission? Good morning.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah,
where
good
you
morning.
sit.
See, this is why I said you should slide down so they can sit closer to the phone.
I want to sit here.
I like
This is
sitting
where I
here.
sit.
This
I'll
is
sit over
fun.
here again.
You can sit right here,
Yeah.
Cooper.
Oh,
Yes.
what is that?
You get to be
What?
near-
What, that
nearest
weird
to
chair?
me.
The Lego?
No,
It's
yeah.
the Darth Millennium Falcon.
Which one?
It's
The
the
new
one
one
with
from-
Darth
Oh, the
Jar
new
Jar
one.
and Jedi Vader.
What?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
What?
Hell
I
yeah.
got that as a birthday present
That is.
from my father
This isn't canon.
after he gave
It's
me money.
not canon. No.
No.
And
It's,
it's the best thing
uh,
that Disney's made so far.
Yeah, you talking about Lego Star Wars built?
No, just
Rebuild
that
the
set.
Galaxy?
No,
Oh,
no, like-
just the set?
Yeah.
Do you even
yeah.
know what it's from?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Bounty Hunter
The one
C-3PO?
with
Yeah.
like
Rebuild the
I wanna
Galaxy.
see.
Jedi Bob
Yeah.
comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Star Wars What If, but they were
Right.
like, we don't have
Right.
money to throw at this,
yeah.
so we're just gonna make it a Lego.
Are you gonna play with it, or is it
Oh,
gonna?
yeah,
of course.
Oh,
Gonna play with it.
Darth Dev, Darth Ray,
Those are-
Bounty Hunter C-3PO,
That's my
Beach
favorite.
Luke. I love Beach Luke.
Beach
a
Luke
lot.
is incredible.
Beach Luke is literally just Jesus, like
Yeah.
Star
I
Wars Jesus.
I like the sand.
The show is incredible. You guys should watch the show. It's a good show.
I plan on
Support
watching
your
And you gotta-
The
local
great
Lego
show, wonderful
Oh,
show.
we're getting one of those brick trader places too.
Can I sit
Are
on the
we?
center console?
You can sit on the center console.
Where
It's
are we?
Very top
Trader
heavy,
place.
So
Is that like a consignment?
no,
Lego
it's
store?
for Legos. They trade like
That's
Lego
a cool
pieces
seat.
and keep like
Yeah.
sets that are
Oh.
not in circulation anymore. Well, you know what I mean, not in regular
Is the-
retail
Yeah.
circulation.
Oh,
Are
I'll come
these
back to
locations?
Oh,
Or
okay.
is this?
It's in Fort Mill.
Is it endorsed by Lego, or is it
I have
someone
no
else's,
idea.
like,
I know
entity?
that it's been catching on, so I don't know if
Okay.
it's like Lego's like supporting it in the background as like a
Okay.
secondary market to make some extra cash. If they
Okay.
did, that'd be really smart because
I just don't
for
know
a
if it's,
long
like,
time, all
branded
they've
or-
done is just destroy their molds after the
Yes,
set.
yeah,
and I was
dude,
like,
yeah.
it's cheaper to do it. So
Very
I get it from a
controversial.
business standpoint, but it's like to the average
like-
Lego
This is
connoisseur,
kinda
you know,
sick,
you're
actually.
kind of like, damn, dude. Anyways, this is Shirts Off, episode 19. Sorry, season 3, episode 19. Surprise Cooper and Ritz.
Surprise for me too.
Ritz is here. It's a surprise for everybody. I didn't even know we were going to be able to record today. The last like 4 podcasts, besides the Alejandro one, that we tried
all
to do.
like dropped.
Yeah,
on the
like,
day of.
and it's not even anybody's fault except like shit just happens, and then like
People
know.
have to cancel, and we can't
Yeah.
do stuff, and
Yeah.
everything's lame, and
But I mean, it's cool. We get some time to spend with our friends and to catch up with everybody and like see what everybody's been up to. and address the controversy.
He said this before you guys walked in. Apparently, there's controversy. There's things that are
It's controversy.
there's wrongs being wronged, and there are things that are bad.
No,
and
it's
we
not
need to
even wrong.
address them.
It's just
They're controversy.
No, it's just
That's
controversy.
usually wrong. Controversy usually points towards something being not okay.
No, it's not. It's not
so,
okay.
I'm so excited for a positive controversy.
Well,
yeah. Explain to us the positive controversy.
Well, the positive controversy is that you've stopped using hate speech, and like it's really good because.
Are you saying me? You
Yes.
as in me?
Yeah,
No,
you.
that's first of all, how dare you? I didn't do hate speech in the first place. We gotta be careful how we say crazy
we've been
things.
doing this for many years now. People know. They like understand who
I
you
never
are.
People
started
know
her
what
down.
you
I
keep
never
lying about. Is what they know.
Like, on the one hand, people are very happy that you're not pushing hate anymore, but on the other hand, people are upset because it's not as funny.
I'm so excited to recommend this podcast, this episode specifically, to people who've never seen it before.
I for one miss hearing Charlie drop the hard R all the
I
time.
don't. No. This is unacceptable. We can't be doing this. I hate. Why is this the through line of the fucking show? Is that I'm a racist hate
In the
speech
entire
person.
Shirts Off multiverse, every Charlie is racist.
There's not a bunch of Charlies. There's only me, and everyone lies about.
No.
and
who
none
I
of them
am.
are racist.
He's the only racist Charlie, but he's the most Charlie of Charlie.
Oh,
He's-
that's an
No,
interesting
that's dumb. That's like
contradiction.
He's like the
Rick is the
Rickest
Rickest
Rick, yeah,
Rick. That's
yeah.
not true. This is
But he's also
unacceptable.
Rickest.
Has anyone watched the 2 seasons
They have come out
post?
since. Nope.
Justin
No,
Roiland? They're
I
not
have
even.
not.
I have
I don't
not
even hear
only-
people talk about them.
Yeah,
Me neither.
the show
I have-
fell off the fucking face of the
I've
universe.
not even had to avoid spoilers.
I know literally nothing
Yeah.
that's happened. I saw both trailers for both of the seasons, and both times watched the trailer and was like, that doesn't even look fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it is insane to me how not only catastrophically they have fallen off, but also that they, like, no one's mad about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's mad that Justin Roiland is not on
Yeah,
it, but
right.
no one is mad that the show is not good. They have
good,
just ignored the fact that the show exists because of the absence
Did we
of Justin
accidentally
Roiland.
boycott a show?
I think
For a
everybody
minute,
did. I don't think it was an
I think
accident.
that's-
I think
I
everyone
think it's
purposely
just
That's
bad.
not a boycott. That's just people.
It's just bad media.
Mike watched the first 4 or 5 episodes of the first season post Justin Roiland, and he was like, I mean, it's definitely still Rick and Morty, in its bones, but you feel the absence.
Yeah.
And the thing that makes me the most crazy about specifically Justin Roiland, but also a lot, 95% of the cancel culture bullshit is usually once it has gone through the courts and they've actually investigated the situations at hand, almost every time, minus the Kevin Spaceys and the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, and the Bill Cosbys of the world, minus them, nobody was
And the
actually doing
Epsteins.
anything wrong.
And the Epsteins.
Yeah.
Oh, and Epstein, yeah.
Minus all the ones
By the
who were
way, that
actually
girl
doing
just
something.
killed herself.
One of the girls.
Yeah,
There's a
after
few
she
girls.
was like, hey,
air quotes. Creighton said
Yeah.
air quotes killed herself.
Yeah.
Because, no, she didn't.
Yeah, she was. And she even posted a thing saying, "Hey, look, I'm okay. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm of sound body and mind.
Yeah.
And
if anything happens to me, it's because the powers that be want it.
Yeah.
Deem it
I'm
so.
so excited to say that right before I kill myself.
Yeah,
How dare you? Don't do that. Don't even
that's-
joke about stuff like that.
that would be incredible. No one would
How
know.
That's
dare
a
you waste?
great
How
note.
dare you waste all of our time after your death with
Imagine she
conspiracy theorizing.
she buries a chest somewhere and leaves breadcrumbs to it, and then
You know
you
how
find
narcissistic
it.
that is? Because all we will do as a group is
it'd be
figure
so
out
much
what happened.
Like,
Fine.
what government agency
Yeah.
killed my
So much
girlfriend?
fun.
You find the chest, you open it up, and there's a tape saying,
We got you.
I actually was hiding in that box
Yeah,
for y'all
you were
too
in
long.
oh, yeah. Damn.
Guys, I made this quest so easy. How did it take you, checks notes, 11 years to solve it?
Dude, my mom's already said if I go missing, she wouldn't look for me.
Damn.
Because, okay, let me give some backstory. My mom is under the impression that I am the kind of person to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna disappear for a long time.
I'm also under that impression. I think
Yeah.
everyone we
So
know
my
would be
mom-
under that
My
impression.
mom said, if you ever decide to do that, I'm not gonna try and, ruin that for you, but...
She'd been
in a
Affleck
very,
to you.
very
She'd been
vague-
Affleck in Good Will Hunting to you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ben Affleck.
Gone Girl? No, different.
He Gone Girl.
Great
dude.
though, great pick though, and honestly, it makes more sense in the context of the situation. But no, in Good Will Hunting, he tells,
No, I know what you're talking
Well,
about.
yeah, but for the people that might not know.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which,
Are
we
you
should
gonna
also
spoil the
we
movie
honestly
for
should.
you?
That's not really a
them?
big spoiler.
It's
I mean,
kind of a big
It's
spoiler.
one of the like most set up lines in the
Is
film.
it really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a minute since.
Oh my god, I've seen it 40 times. It is. Shut up. Let me say it. Matt Damon, boy genius in Good Will Hunting, plays Will Hunting. And Ben Affleck's his best friend. And in the movie, every day he goes and picks him up at his house. And during a scene where he's like, Matt Damon is explaining, like his kind of what he wants to do in life. Ben Affleck basically shuts him down and says, that's dumb. You're too smart and you have too much potential to do some dumb shit like that. Like, my dream for you is that I show up at your house one day and you're just gone. No goodbye, no nothing. You're just out of here. And I'll know that you finally realized what your potential is, basically, is what he's saying.
It's like
and then at the end of the movie, Will leaves and he's, like, happy about it. Mm-hmm. That's that.
It's like...
We just assume one day you're going to go join the circus.
Or is it like that scene at the end of Dark Knight Rises where, like, her mom was like, one day I hope to be out at a cafe and, like, see you. And we don't say it to each other, but we nod at each other. And then, like, I know that you're happy or something like that. Did she say it like that? Was there any mention of a cafe?
Not a cafe.
So in your mom's eyes, you disappearing means you did it. Like, you finally
but
got
I
out
mean,
of
if I disappear and die, at least it's closure for her. Cause I don't.
Was
think
there
she
a
thinks
new
I'm
Yeah,
alive.
to be fair, that's actually a caveat. That's a good, like, unhealthy representation of that dream for people. Like, always say goodbye. Not saying goodbye is not always, like, the play.
Yeah.
Sometimes saying goodbye is necessary.
Yeah. God. Not getting to say
But
goodbye
it's
to
not
somebody.
Ireland.
But it's boring writing. That's, how dare you. That was hilarious.
What did you say?
That was
Not in Ireland.
Oh,
the Irish
goodbye.
goodbye.
They don't
Great.
say goodbye.
Oh,
Chef's kiss of a joke right there.
It's not funny now that we've
That was
explained it.
fantastic.
I just it went
I
over
thought
my
it was
head.
I thought it was
pretty-
amazing.
There's a lot of people at home right now. They're like, "How the fuck did you not get that?" You know what I mean? Anyways, Dead Space Part 7.
It's like 11 at this point. Dead Space jokes have transcended the podcast. We now do them like in normal
Do you?
conversation.
Nice.
Yeah.
All the
Liam
time.
really
Me and
started
Cooper do
doing
it.
it.
Me and
Yeah,
Cooper
we
do
do
it
it, yeah.
all the time. It has never gone away.
Liam started a
great.
movement and then dipped.
Yeah, it's just been gone like ever
Yeah.
since that episode.
It's not his fault. He's chasing something, bigger than us.
I have so many opportunities to just disappear.
Just do it.
Oh
I
my
mean, I
god,
could
don't get
just leave.
fixated on this.
No, no,
This is
no,
crazy.
I feel like you're really fixating on it. Like,
We lost it.
You're having a tism.
Well,
about it.
Ritz, it was fun being friends with you. I think we're all understanding and accepting the
never gonna
fact
see
that
you
we're never
again.
going to see you
Okay,
again.
no, I like Cooper too much to just.
Okay, I'm gonna see her again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
taking
yeah,
it with me.
I was gonna say. I think that in that
Cooper's just
scenario,
gonna
you guys
vanish?
just run away together. I think that's the play.
Yeah, let's run with
Oh, is it like
we're
that
gonna
movie
start-
where they drive off the cliff at the end? You know what I mean?
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah.
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 You guys again, Thelma and Louise.
We're gonna start the three of us are gonna start our
Appalachian Hike.
Appalachian Trail hike, and like we're gonna get to like fucking the left side of New York, and I'm just gonna be like, where the fuck did they go? And then
Oh, fuck, I
they're just
can't
gonna
remember.
abandon me.
There's
Dude,
a mountain in Georgia that has a bunch of tiny
Dude.
ponies on it, and that's probably
Charlie, your
where it'd
shoes.
be.
He's got him.
Hey,
He had his whole ass head in there when I
stop
looked
putting
up.
your head in my
did.
shoes.
He looks
you weird
healthier
cat.
now. Did he get?
Yeah, he's
medication,
doing
or
a
is
lot.
he
No,
fine?
he just got better. He's
Okay,
he's
good.
like a Chad like that. You
He's just
know?
healthy. He's a
Good,
healthy cat.
good.
I gave him some milk.
Don't give him milk.
Some of my own milk. For my teeth.
Yes,
Cats are like-
Creighton milked himself.
They're like
Lactates
lactose
like crazy.
intolerant.
I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
You can.
You
Does,
can milk
uh,
hamsters.
Yes.
You know, if
I've
you milk
seen
a
it.
man enough, not like that. They're nipples.
Whoa.
No. There's
I wasn't
science
even thinking
studies.
that, and
Hang
then you were
on.
like,
Hold on, let her explain the milking of the men.
She's been running tests. Okay.
I want to hear how men get milked and what it means.
I don't
No, it's
know
science.
if I like
Because
where any of this is going.
the nipple itself, its whole thing is to like produce milk. Men aren't supposed to have nipples, but during fetal development, everybody's default lady,
Yeah.
and then later it turns into a guy. But for some reason, nipples are real important, so they get all like slapped on early. You're
Yeah.
like a blob
Just in
with
case.
nipples.
Just in case.
So we're like,
In case
we're all trans
In a
like-
way.
in a way.
In a way. I mean, we all come from the same species, so there's got to be some kind of
We all
Overlap.
start as
similarities.
women.
Yeah.
How
But
dare you call me
anyway,
that?
there have been studies that if you
problematic.
This is the controversy.
I don't know how to like state the action without it sounding weird.
Just say
If
it.
you do
Yeah.
milk a man enough, they will eventually lactate. They have
seen
all
it
of
done.
the
Oh yeah.
organs.
No,
They're
like that's a
everything they
thing from Meet the Parents. Like he wasn't bullshitting. Like that's apparently scientifically.
That was before that came out.
Have you
That was
seen
just
Ricky?
a joke.
Have you seen Ricky Stenicki
No.
with John Cena and Zac Efron?
No.
It's a great movie.
Andrew Santino plays one of the there's like three best friends and Ricky Stenicki.
Who's John Cena?
Who is John Cena. The plot of the movie is that Zac Efron, Andrew Santino, and this other guy who I can't remember is this black dude and he's gay. The three of them are best friends. And they have a fourth best friend. His name is Ricky Stenicki, who they always
Blamed everything on.
They don't blame him. They use him as a reason to leave town because Ricky broke his leg and needs support. He got over his alcoholism, but he relapsed. He has cancer again. Like, they have a Bible that they keep track of all the things that happened to Ricky. Like a ledger for what what they have used him as a reason for. And none of their friends or family have ever met Ricky. So, yeah. So, like, they have to they use him as a reason to, instead of be at the hospital for Andrew Santino's wife's going into labor a month early, they went and saw Mark Rebier. But, really, to everyone else, Ricky got cancer again.
Right,
the cancer's back, so they have to go support Ricky. And so on this trip, they get busted because his wife goes into labor a month early, and they have to like fly home to be there for the birth of the kid. And everyone's asking questions like, "Oh, is Ricky okay? I mean, you guys, it seemed like it was a big deal." And they're like, "Yeah, he's fine. We told him what was happening," and blah blah blah. And so everyone starts asking like real specific, weird questions, and they kind of get back into a corner. And while they were on that trip, they met John Cena, who was a male stripper, and who was aspiring to be an actor, and he left them their card. So they hired him to play Ricky. This is, by the way, giant spoilers. This is basically the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's amazing, though. Worth watching even if you know what happens. It's not, like, important.
No, just say that. Just leave it at that. Because if you, like, you
Yeah,
spend the
they
perfect
hire John Cena. He becomes Ricky Stenicki.
Shenanigans.
He gets really into it, is all I'm going to say. It's amazing. The movie's amazing.
Sounds really fun.
And in the movie, during the scenes where they're at the hospital, Andrew Santino's, like, hyper, like, autistic about taking care of his kid. And, like, very holistic.
Yeah.
And so the kid, like...
He's Jewish, by the way, isn't he?
No.
One
Andrew
of the
Santino?
Jewish, because they go to his, like, thing for something at a
Maybe he
synagogue.
is. I didn't think he was. I can't remember. Anyway.
Anyways,
Not
I might
important.
be mixing up movies.
Hold on. Shut up. Shut up. He's very holistic, and he is one of these, like, you must touch your baby to your chest when it's born so it understands who you are. And so he's, like, bare-chested in the middle of this, like, delivery room with his baby on his... and then he starts suckling at his nipple. And they're like, dude, stop. That's weird. He's like, no, let him finish. Let him finish. And it's like there's a close-up of the baby on his, like, hairy nipple.
Wait. So you just explained this whole movie, dude.
To say that.
Okay.
Yeah. I over explained. It's
Y'all
my thing.
like media and such.
Yeah, no.
Y'all
Listen.
familiar with Nathan Fielder?
You
Who?
like media
Nathan Fielder?
and such.
What's
I know that name.
God, nobody.
Well, I know that name. Hold
I love
on.
Nathan
I probably
Fielder.
do know.
I know
Nathan
those
Fielder.
initials.
Wow, I know Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's a great guy. No. So, speaking of the being into
Yeah, I know Nathan
what'd you
Fielder.
say? What'd you say we were into?
Media.
Speaking of being into the media thing, I have found out that Caitlin does the same thing that I do. Like, whenever I get into a show, I just play that bitch over and over and over again until, like, it breaks. Or I break, whichever comes first. And currently, that is Righteous Gemstones. So, like, we've been watching the same, like, almost 4 seasons of television for, like, 3 weeks or so, however long it's been. And it's incredible. No one I've ever been with before has watched shows like that. So I was like, me and you, we got the same autism going on. So I enjoy it.
We watched the first episode of Eastbound and Bound
It's a great show.
just now,
Yeah.
before you guys
Yeah.
got here. Unbelievable.
Never seen it before.
Never seen it. I've seen clips of Kenny Powers. That's Kenny Powers. Danny McBride.
Danny McBride.
You know
No.
who that is? Have you seen Alien Covenant?
Have you seen Hot Rod? Have you seen
Well,
Tropic
okay,
Thunder?
Yes, but I couldn't tell you anything.
Have you seen Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, but
He's
not
the
enough.
fireworks
He's,
guy.
yeah.
Not
he's
enough
the-
to know who that is.
have you seen Halloween 2018?
No.
Okay.
God damn it.
He's not in it, but he did direct it.
Hold on. I'm just going to look up Danny McBride.
He's got like
Saw
a
the
mullet
credits.
and a mustache. That's like his defining characteristics.
If you saw the credits of Halloween, then you would recognize
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
saw the
If
credits
you
of
watch the
Halloween,
credits.
you would recognize
You
his
know that
name.
Isn't that guy in like
Will Ferrell movies? Some
No,
Trailer
yeah.
Park Boys?
What is it?
Not
He
Trailer
looks
Park
like
Boys.
Trailer Park
He
Boys.
does
Oh,
look
he
like
does
that
kind
guy.
of look like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. But I
This
think
is
Ricky's
probably the
older than
most
him.
famous face what's the word, like shot of him, the one that people use the most.
Yeah.
He's got like a curly mullet.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have that anymore. I think his hairstyle has changed.
Well, that's because of
since
the
then.
show. That's because of
Yeah. Well, no, but he had that for a long time before that too.
Yeah.
Because he had.
Anyway, how dare you? Nathan Fielder's a pussy. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't like Nathan
I like Nathan Fielder. I've seen him do stand up before. He's
We were
pretty
talking
good.
about he had a TV show called Nathan for You, where he would go to businesses and like failing businesses pitch these insane ideas to increase the business, and a lot of the people were like, "This guy's in here with like professional cameras and stuff. I gotta say yes." So they would do this crazy stupid fucking idea. It would go viral half the time. And the whole world thought it was serious, but the whole time Nathan Fielder is like puppet
Just being
mastering.
silly.
Yeah,
He's just trying to be
like,
silly, and it's working.
Viral,
It's
like viral animal videos, viral like stunts in LA, like all of these things. And there was one episode where this guy became the spokesperson for whatever, and they wrote him a biography, and they're like, "Here's your autobiography. You were friends with fucking who's the Apple guy."
Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed.
Not that one. The app, like the company.
Oh, Steve
Oh,
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. That is so funny. That
We were all
like.
like folk hero Johnny Appleseed.
I was thinking of Johnny Appleseed because of that movie, A Complete Unknown.
Yeah.
He gets name dropped, and I couldn't
still
believe
have not
it.
seen that.
So good and
I want to
hilarious
watch that
Johnny
so
Appleseed
bad.
reference.
Oh,
in
hey,
that movie.
is Will in Good Will Hunting? Is he autistic?
Matt Damon?
Matt Damon. Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about the
Is he
character.
autistic?
Yeah, the character. Not Matt Damon. I know Matt Damon
No,
was
he's
autistic.
I don't think
He's good.
he's
I can't
just-
really good
remember.
at it.
He's like, I don't think he is.
Yeah.
Because there's like a difference between autism and like, what's it called? A prodigy. He's like just a.
He's just a prodigy.
Genius.
Okay.
Prodigy genius.
Yeah.
Not like how there's like musical prodigies who like they just get that.
Yeah.
They're regularly intelligent otherwise. He's like ridiculously intelligent, period. And Will actually makes that comparison. He says that Mozart, saw piano and just like got it. He just understood.
Yeah.
And he just understands like knowledge that way. Like
Yeah.
like math, science, like breaking down like chemistry, like all those things, like all of it, philosophy, like those things just were easy to him. He just got it. And
It's
that was-
like
it's like starting off with like no need for tutorials.
yeah.
Like he just
Like, it
starts
just
off
comes
with
to
all
you.
of his character traits like maximized.
Have you
Okay.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
like intelligence.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had anything
It's one
like
of the
that
greatest
just
movies.
like come to you? You know what I mean?
Everything I do, actually.
Yeah. All right,
I'm
Ritz.
kidding.
The most like diverse
She's
hobby
not
person in the
lying,
room.
though,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anybody else besides Ritz?
Anybody else but the perfect person.
Yeah, for real. Like,
Like,
we get it. You're all
Almost
you're
as a
awesome.
joke, but like I feel like I'm somewhere in between Will from Good Will Hunting and that character in Adventure Time who has an approximate knowledge of all things. That guy.
Like you're just really good at guessing things. Is
Not
that what-
guessing. I like if you
very
give me
vague.
if you give me like 2 days, I'm like way past step 1 really quickly. I'm not Good Will Hunting. I'm not trying to say I'm like a super genius, but like if I hung out with like a professional like woodworker
Yeah.
for like a couple days, I'm gonna be way further than a guy taking the class. Like
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pick up on
Yeah.
it way quicker than I always breeze past stuff like that in school.
Yeah.
Like if we had like curriculum, if we had a curriculum that didn't require doing sheet work, like a microtype, where you can just kind of do it at whatever pace. I was like way faster at getting through one thing at a time and accepting it and letting it become part of my like routine than everyone else. I finished all of microtype when people were still on like F,
Yeah.
like the letter F, because you have to do like,
Getting
500,
used to
500 words of repetition and practice per letter before they let you get to the next lesson, and you have to do it without failing.
Yeah.
And I would just like hyperfixate on a letter while I did it. It's why Mike graduated college so fast. He just like crammed knowledge on each individual subject and like took all the tests, because on online college you can just take the exam day one and not have to do all the lectures if you just pass the class on day one. Yeah. And he did that with like 70% of the curriculum. And so when I was in school, I would just, the textbook, read page 5 through 7. I would just read the textbook. I would just read everything. So by the time they gave me the sheet work and said, now the corresponding chapters I already knew it. So I was just doing it when they handed it to me. And I was just done with school way early. And that's why, in middle school especially, the 7th and 8th grade, I was in the library more than I was in class. Because I finished everything. And I was like, can I go hang out in the library? And hang out with Miss Falkenberry. And I would just go hang out with Miss Falkenberry and talk, like, Star Wars, because she was a big dork. And so we would just sit there and be nerds. and like, play fucking cool math games in the library. And, and so, like, I think yes is my answer. I've had that a little bit. But, like, the problem with being an adult is now there's no classes. Yeah. And so, like, I'm not constantly learning cool stuff. It's only the stuff I want to get good at that I start to get good at. And I miss that a little bit.
Now you're more
and I wish I was in college sometimes, but also it's expensive and fuck that.
Now you're more reliant on your own self-discipline.
What?
Now you're reliant on your own self-discipline when it comes to
less self-discipline and more like the net that I cast out in the world for myself. Mm-hmm. When I get onto something, I love it and I get obsessed. But the problem is I can't find things to get obsessed about as often because of really more than anything where we live. Mm-hmm. Like, I've told so many people, if I lived like in a city, man, I'd run the city. It'd be over. Like, I would get to, like, I would just start visiting buildings one at a time and, like, bothering the shit out of people for, like, a week and just get good at what they do. And then always be like, well, if I ever need to do that, I'll just go talk to Stephanie, because Stephanie's really good at fucking, growing mangoes or whatever the fuck it is that I'm into that week.
Like, monopolizing what every building has in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I had just a lot of side quests, fall in my lap, and that's what has gotten me to do so many different things, because I'm very much a yes man. So when someone's like, oh, I'm doing this weird thing, do you want to do it too? I'm like, yeah. But I have to get good at it. Mm-hmm. So then I get good at it, and then it becomes my thing. Because the weird thing about me is I don't enjoy a lot of things unless I'm good at it.
Yeah.
So, like, being good at something will make me enjoy it. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of things I just enjoy and suck at. Normally, I don't do those things anymore. Like skateboarding, I skateboarded for a few years, and I stopped because I was like...
You sucked at it?
I didn't suck at it. It took so long to get good at it, and I wasn't about it. I was like...
I'm going to get hurt before I get good at this.
Well, you had to do it so consistently to maintain the shit you already learned. Like, I learned to kickflip pretty early, but I lost it. Yeah. And I didn't care to learn it again. I was like, well,
smelled like Asia.
You definitely can't take a break from that. That's not like riding a bike.
No.
Yeah. It is annoying, like, the muscles that you have to, like, exercise mentally to keep those skills for stuff like that. Because not only is it a physical muscle, but skateboarding is very much both. It's not just all muscle memory. It's like very much real muscle, like real intelligence.
Yeah, but it just sucks because it's so much effort for like one thing, and I gotta keep doing it every day for years just to show a fucking 12-year-old. You want to watch this kickflip?
Yeah, exactly.
Really close to 30.
It's like a lot of. It's like a lot of input for not a lot of output.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And there's only a not small. Skateboarding's cool. I stand by that all the time. I see someone skateboard, I'm like, oh man, that's cool. I want to do it. And it's like, I already did it, and it wasn't fulfilling. And it was also just like the resources, like the skate park we had was just a really shitty DIY spot, which I loved it. Great community, super fun, tons of rocks.
Pools like that.
Lots of rocks.
Like billiards.
I thought you were gonna say no. There's empty pools.
no, like pool, like the game with the stick and the balls. Yeah. It's very much like there's levels to that shit. Like when you play, I was playing every day. Well, not literally every day, but like 3 days a week. I was playing for 8 hours a day for like 2 years. By the end of 2 years playing that often, I was really good. Like I was no pro. I was fucking 18, 19 years old, but I was 18, 19, never stopping playing. Right. I was like only playing pool and dealing poker. That was like my life for like 2 years. Like my hobby, that and video games. It was like 4 days of video games, 3 days of pool, and then dealing cards in between. But I was playing with a guy who was really good. Like won tournaments, like made money playing pool. and I was just had 1v1ing him all the time. We kept track of every game from the moment we started playing in a notepad for 2 years. By the end of the first year, he had won like 400 games, and I had won like 7. And by the end of the second year, he had won over 800 games, but I had gotten all the way up to where I'd won like 60.
Oh shit!
And so like I had a crazy growth in that second year. And it's one of those games where if you play every fucking day, it gets ridiculous what you're capable of because so many things are second nature all of a sudden.
Right.
You know,
Well, that's the thing
but
too. He's also getting better in that time.
exactly.
Yeah.
And but for like now that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like 10 years later. I could go play right now, and I'm probably going to be better than the average Joe, but only like a little better. And then if you give me like a week.
Right.
I'm like, it is a muscle that does it gets out of its atrophy quickly, but it atrophies hard after not a lot of time. If you play every day for 5 years and then you don't play for like a month, like you lose it a little. Like you lose it.
Definitely do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
definitely do.
Same with honestly dealing cards, and really more than dealing cards, playing cards. If you don't play
I
poker
believe
for a
that,
while, it is
for sure.
wild what you forget and how you like so many of the like shortcuts that your brain is able to achieve when you're playing all the time. How they're not there all of a sudden.
What do you think pays off like your brain the most in terms of thinking power out of all of the hobbies that you guys have done?
I can't remember the author's name. There's a book called The Five Rings. And one of the philosophies he talks about is once you get good at something, you see it in everything. And poker is that for me. I see poker in everything in the world. Like, if me and Cooper could, like, both for the first time go to a fucking hockey rink and, like, start watching hockey. And, like, if I get really into hockey while staying into poker, I will start to attribute hockey to poker rather than anything else because poker's the thing you know the best.
And I'll just see a pinball table on the board. I'll just see a puck go on the
literally,
board.
yeah, and so like we'll see different things in it because we're good at different things. You know, like you attribute what you know to the things that are new that you're taking in. So for me, poker has always been like the number one thing that I've known the most in life. Like whether it's dealing or playing or like just theory of poker, that when you get this far into life, you see everything as poker. Poker is like your metric for how you measure things, not just philosophy, not just math, not just pick whatever it is you're talking about, but all of those things you are able to mirror because it's all you've seen. So like, you know, when you hear or think a new concept, you don't just go into like a void in your brain of now I only know that in that aspect. You compare it to if you hear something philosophical like your grandma or your mom or somebody might have been like one day, and then you go, oh, that's kind of like when grandma told me this, you know?
Yeah.
Like for me it's poker. I think poker and movies. I attribute everything to poker and movies because movies are just stories, and everything anyone has ever said has somehow mirrored off of some story something has heard. So constantly, like recently I attributed something to The Big Short, that movie about the housing market crash. There's a new movie that came out. I'm not going to get stuck on that. But I see things in those, in movies and in shows and through poker that I'm able to, like, boil something all the way down to, like, a whole... Like, look at me, I'm talking already.
It helps you with your understanding of it.
Yeah, like, I understand things through that lens.
Ritz, same question.
Well, you didn't answer the question, but I'll answer the question.
Shit. That's funny.
I did answer the question.
You didn't answer the
You
question.
failed to answer the question.
You
should have thought about
seeing it in like your daily routine.
He should have
like,
started.
you're
He should have thought about the question like he thought about poker. Anyways,
Hey man,
What was the question?
I think you misunderstood what he said.
no,
The question was,
I
what
understood. I was
hobbies
like,
benefit your brain the most?
Poker.
Just poker?
I was talking about how it benefits my brain. I attribute everything to poker.
listen.
I was explaining that.
Hold on, let me back up for a
And it
second.
makes
I
him
thought
think about things.
See, that's the problem. That's what she you hear what she said? She said, I didn't hear the specifics. I wasn't paying attention. That's what you said. I said all of that.
listen. I thought that you answered the question well, but it was really fun to jump down your throat.
Don't say that ever again.
Anyways, Ritz.
My
How
hobbies
dare
that
you.
contribute most to my brain function. Pinball is obviously very good reaction time. That's good for my brain. EMS is a lot of problem solving, a lot of...
I'm trying to tell you to talk louder.
Oh!
Sorry.
EMS is very much good for problem solving and also dealing with stress, which is very useful in everyday life. And every other hobby is just really about adaptability.
Do you know what I feel like made my brain feel like it was functioning the best? Calculus. When I was in college and taking calculus, I felt like I understood the world in a way that
This
I
might be the
never
most
understood.
surprising thing I've ever heard you say.
I'm being serious.
I know you are. I see your face. You're
I
being for
love
real.
calculus. I love
This
being,
isn't a joke.
like,
This is. I know my friend well. Calculus?
What did calculus do for you?
I don't know.
I'm so
Me too.
I'm so
It
intrigued
takes
so
your brain
intrigued
in
by
such
that
a
you
new
understood
way.
the inner workings of calculus.
It made me.
I will say. I'm going to say this real fast. I do get it.
like
I know what you mean.
the
Do you
way
learn, like, the Fibonacci sequence? And
No,
you're
no,
like,
no,
I
no,
understand
no,
the
no.
universe.
I'm just saying, like the way everything
What a
boils
piano
down.
was to Mozart, calculus was to Creighton. He just gets it.
Well, the way numbers break everything down in the real world, like you can measure things, you can calculate the different, measurements of things and volumes of things and all that kind of shit. Like, the way it was presented to me through calculus just made me see the world in a different way. That, like, I was like, oh, it all clicked. And I was like, oh, I
like things were
understand
clearer
this.
all of a sudden.
Yes.
Do you know
Like, that's
Nikki-
probably, like, the cleanest and the clearest my brain has ever felt on, like, after doing, like, a specific thing that slowly kind of became a hobby.
Is it because there were things that you already like questioned in life that all of a sudden were really easy to get the answers to?
No, it wasn't like a philosophical thing. It
Not
was more like
philosophical.
a...
I don't mean philosophical. I mean the way that you're explaining, like calculus helped you understand stuff about the world, or you saw it easier because of what you already did understand in the world.
Yeah,
Like-
it's kind of like, okay, like, you see a train go in a tunnel, but you
Yeah.
don't know where the other side of the tunnel is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Calculus kind of was like the map, opening the map up and seeing where the tunnel comes out, where the train will be.
Do you have a better example than that? Because that's hard for me to wrap my head around.
Or like you're lost and you see a map and it explains to you, oh, okay, this is why this land mass looks this way, and this is where I'll be if I go from one place to the other. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like, it's like, imagine for the whole rest, like the whole up until this point of your life, you've never seen a map before, right?
Sure.
So, like, everything to you, just getting there is like knowing landmarks. This is like opening Google Maps for the first time and seeing how all those landmarks connect.
And so calculus was like that.
Yes.
But for what? Like
That's a really
Just
good
in general.
analogy.
Huh?
That's actually a really good analogy.
Thank you.
it is, but I still want to understand.
I've worked really hard on that.
I want to understand. I think it's a good analogy. I just don't understand. I haven't been able
With
to connect
everything.
it yet.
With everything. It
So,
wasn't like a
just life
specific...
in general was made kind
Yeah,
of
but
easier
not
by...
like emotional, spiritual, or any of that kind of stuff. I just mean in terms of like physically understanding like your world around you.
Listen.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Goals.
Did something happen?
Well, Cooper sent me a calculus. And, and quote, this shit did not
Like-
just click with
like
me.
if I was
How
sitting-
did that click with you?
Like if I was sitting there solving quadratic equations, like it was really fun to like put the pieces of the puzzle together and figure out and solve for, B, X, Y,
Whatever it was.
I think it put the problem-solving skills in his hand to solve things in real life.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
the confidence of it, honestly.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not like on an emotional level or anything
Yeah,
like that.
well, I didn't
like,
mean emotional.
No, I know. I just want to
I meant
very
literally-
clearly like specify that
Yeah.
because like I feel like it's easy to misconstrue what I'm saying to be
Yes.
like emotional, and I don't mean it as an emotional way.
Okay.
Because at the time I was in a very mixed place emotionally.
Do you know who Nikki Glazer is? The comedian?
The comedian, yeah, she's hilarious.
Yeah,
I saw
she
her
was-
New Year's Eve roast. It was incredible.
The Tom Brady one?
No,
She was
the
on the
New
Tom Brady
Year's
roast.
Eve roast where she roasted the year. Like she
Oh,
roasted
oh,
CNN.
oh,
She
okay,
like
okay.
it was great. It was incredible.
Roasted
She was like, "I'm still on. They haven't cut me off."
Yeah. People who might not know, she's the girl on the Tom Brady roast who, the white girl who said that she would break up with her boyfriend just to
Right.
buy a lottery ticket to suck Tom
Yeah.
Brady's dick.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. She went on a podcast. I can't remember if it was Joe Rogan or Your Mom's House or what it was, but she was talking about having an eating disorder when she was a kid, and once she got diagnosed with what it was, she felt really good about it.
Like it
And-
made you it put the problem
it put like a goal ahead of her, because now she knows she wasn't concerned about what is this thing that is wrong with me.
It put a name to it.
She had a name to it, and that's what, when you started to explain what calculus did for you, that was the first thing I thought.
Oh yeah, it's just
Nikki,
like that.
She had
Sort of,
she had to go to rehab. She had to go to like a mental hospital. Like she was like fucked up.
There's a whole book series dedicated to this.
Yeah,
Harry Potter, dude.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, no, the whole time. Serious? Yeah, because they won't name Voldemort throughout the whole thing until Harry's like, no, fuck it, he's just a man. He's Voldemort.
He figures that out in book 1.
No, I know. I'm just saying that, but he takes
he's the
that
only one that
starts,
ever says his name.
No, that's what I'm saying. He says it to other people because he's like, hey, man, this guy, he can die. He's a man.
Yeah.
Like, he will die.
Okay.
And then he does,
That's okay. That's just not.
But
that's
I'm just
not,
saying,
I get
like,
what you're saying.
your
It is
problems
funny,
can be
but that's
bigger,
not what it is. That's not what that series is.
That's definitely what it is.
Anyway.
Star Wars, same thing, dude.
Anyway. That's
Darth
what
Vader, he's a man.
Right.
His name is Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So it's so funny. So
Yeah.
good. Good joke.
Well, he's part man, part machine.
Well, no, he's more like a cyborg. He's kind of like, but not the cyborg from Teen Titans,
Anyway,
That would be cool,
diagnosing her problem was her calculus.
No, man.
That was the thing that, like, diagnosing the situation and having a name to it was what, like, let her see the light and, like, come out clean on the other side of the tunnel.
I was just imagining Darth Vader saying "booyah." In like the James Earl voice. Like he cuts off Luke's hand. And he's like, booyah.
I'm very excited for Andor, the rest of Andor season 2.
I haven't seen any of it yet.
You should watch it.
Well, I've been holding off because I told Caitlin that we were going to watch Bad Batch and like work our way to it. That's where we're at right now. And we stopped because we started watching Righteous Gemstones and we started watching a new season of American Dad. And like, by the way, new season of American Dad is incredible. Like, I can't believe that it's 19 seasons in. 19 seasons in and is like just
still fantastic,
like fresh. You know what I mean? Like you don't even have to see any of the previous
Family.
seasons.
I will always say this: Family Guy walked very fast so that American Dad could always run. Like American Dad from its genesis is maybe the best thing Seth MacFarlane has worked on. It is. Incredible. It has always been like a step above all the other things he's done in terms of quality, and for whatever reason, like I see no advertising for it.
It doesn't need it.
I guess it doesn't need it. But
also, I just appreciate the how they won up the music numbers in American Dad. I think
so much.
So much.
Oh, you mean in Family Guy?
Versus Family Guy, like
Yeah,
American Dad. Like music numbers
are
so
top.
Those
tier.
ones
like,
with Steve are my favorite.
I will watch like the compilations of like.
We went to
They're
school with Steve.
bangers. What?
We went to high school with Steve. You don't remember who I'm talking about?
Who?
Where's the yearbook? Do you have a yearbook in here?
You talking about a guy that looked like Steve?
Yeah. Do you have a
Did you
yearbook
sing
in here?
like
I will
Steve?
find him.
I will find him.
We're not showing the audience because that's doxing, but I'm going to show Ritz and Cooper. Do you have a yearbook?
It's somewhere, dude. I mean, my house is a mess right now.
Hey man, if you're walking around and you see like cookies or something,
No, the pantry still has snacks in it. If you guys
hell
want to.
yeah.
If you just
And
happen
there's
to
stuff
see,
in the fridge too.
cookies
If you
on
guys
the
want anything to
dresser.
drink.
if you happen to see like cookies sitting on a dresser or something.
Yeah, if I just have
Yeah.
cookies
Laying
sitting on the
around.
porch. Yeah,
Oh, is that the pantry?
that's the pantry.
Uh,
Yeah, no, we were in the middle of like doing so much shit right now. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys can't tell if you guys are listening to the podcast, but my house is literally like full of junk and torn to pieces to the point where like this was full of shit this morning, and I politely asked Caitlin to clean it before I went to work. Because I really didn't have time, and I didn't know if I was gonna have time when I got home. And she did a good job. She tidied it up very nicely.
She did. She put a squishmallow on the couch
She
and everything.
did. She did. Scoot usually cuddles with this and lays on it, but Scoot sometimes will bite people or nip at people. So she's
What about
outside.
white people?
Huh? We're talking about
I'm a
Scoot.
white.
No, I said bite.
What?
I said bite people, not white
Oh,
people.
people
Bi
bite
people? Why are we
Scoot.
talking about bi people?
We're not.
We don't like them.
Oh my
Talk
god,
about
there is an incredible scene in a show that I just recently
I like
watched
bi people.
that I'm not going to spoil for you. But like somebody thinks somebody is gay
In
and they're
what?
not. It's in a show that I just watched. I'm not going to say anything more than that. But somebody thinks somebody's gay and they're not. They're just trying to tell them this secret thing. And like the whole time he's like, "You're gay, aren't you?" And the person's like, "No, what? What are you talking about?" He's like, "It's okay. I'm proud of you." And then
That's basically been my entire friendship with
Yeah.
you.
And then later on, that
It's
person
Creighton constantly trying to reassure me that I can't tell you how many times my father, because of this guy, because of Creighton, has like sat down and like very calmly, very carefully chosen his words to explain. I just want to say all this because, like, if you are gay, it's okay, and we will still love you. And I'm like,
he's like,
shut
I'm
the
proud.
fuck up. I'm not gay. Like, I can't believe how much it has been. Like, a guy doesn't have a girlfriend for a couple of years, and everyone is like hardcore on like
proud of their gay son.
Except yourself. I'm way too like flamboyantly myself to like not admit that I'm gay yet. It makes me mad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying in the scenario that I am gay, the fact that I have not already said I am is so ridiculous.
I
Because
think you're
know I
holding
am.
off. You know what I mean?
Of course
like
you
you're
He's
holding.
repressing his budding homosexuality.
Yeah. You know, you gotta be careful. You're getting on up there, man. You don't want to go your
Yeah,
whole
for
life
real.
without being gay.
It's what does he say? Everyone's gay once in a while. This is Hollywood. It's one of the greatest line deliveries in that movie. Dude, Robert Downey Jr. is a fucking magician, bro. How did he do that? How is he that guy?
Listen, man. Like the season finale of Righteous Gemstones is coming on next week. I might cry, dude. I've gotten really
Is it the
attached.
series finale?
Yeah, it's the series finale. I'm like, they played like a trailer of it, and it's like the mom talking, and like it got me kind of like hyped, and I'm like, damn, man, I just got into this show and it's ending, but like that's kind of like the best time to get into a show like this because it's so short. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I'll put my depressions
That's
aside.
how I felt about Ted Lasso. I got into Ted Lasso like 3/4 of the way through season 2, and I watched.
Is that when you got into it?
I got all the way
Damn.
in. I got into it by episode 8 of season 2, and I watched season 1 and all the way up until that in one day,
I remember.
and then had to wait like every fucking body else. I was so mad.
I remember when Lindsay was trying to get me to come to her house for a Parks and Recs series finale party.
Oh,
And I had no idea what Parks and Recs was. Like, I'd never even watched
did you
the show
binge it
before.
before?
No.
Oh.
I didn't go.
Good.
Because I didn't know what the show was. And I was like, it
One
sounds
of the
incredible.
most
but
satisfying endings of a TV show of all time,
Yeah.
Parks and Rec.
But that's what I'm saying.
One of the
like,
greatest endings.
I kind of hate that I didn't get into it sooner, so I could have gone in. Could you imagine how, number one, the incredibleness of that show paired with the incredibleness of the people that would have been at that party?
Yeah.
Like, you know, at the time that we were, you know, young and youthful. Well, you were young and youthful, you know.
How dare you.
I haven't peaked yet, you know. I haven't begun to peak, really, but, like, you know.
Right.
It's okay, you know. You're
You in your prime lesbian form.
You're on the other side. of that.
If you guys don't know, Creighton is rocking the short hair
By
right
the
now.
time
It's
this-
very rare for him.
By the time this comes out, the new thumbnail with Alejandro will have been up for about a week, so people kind of know, probably.
Okay.
The people that regularly listen, the people that follow us and stuff.
Is
on
the cat,
Brand's
is
show
the
will
cat
know.
gonna eat my corn?
He might. He's like that.
Can he? Is popcorn
I don't
acceptable
know.
Food for cats?
Hang on.
Ted, can you
Let me
eat popcorn?
Google if cats can eat popcorn.
Well, if
They
he
can.
eats it, then I'll
I've
know
seen
he
him.
can't. Hey, he's licking everything but it. Oh, he got it.
He got it.
I sure hope that's not poison.
He's a little slow, so you know. Oh, he spit it out.
Did he?
I think. Did he?
I don't see
Look,
it.
he dropped something.
And I started to type, can Ted have popcorn? Can
Ted
cats have
Theodore's have popcorn.
Cats have popcorn. While plain air popped popcorn is generally considered safe for cats in small amounts, it's not a recommended food and has potential downsides.
So don't
Butter,
hold back.
salt, or other seasonings often added to popcorn are not suitable for cats.
Oh.
So,
Ted.
at his own peril,
He's about,
he can have popcorn.
he's
at
about
his
to be
own-
real buttery.
Eat at your own risk,
Look at
buddy.
him.
Anyways, I cut my hair and I shaved because my grandma passed and she really liked my hair short. So I did that for the funeral.
Oh, so you waited till after she died?
Well, I was trying to get it done before she passed. She was in the middle of passing, and I was like trying to get somebody to come and cut my hair, and like I couldn't get anything to work. And then she died like the day, like 2 days after I was supposed to get it cut. And
That's
then you know,
sad. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I mean, like I felt really bad because like I woke her up and everything at one point. I was like, I got a surprise for you. And she was like, what is it? And I was like, I'll surprise. Just hold on. Like,
Wait, please. She didn't.
Nah, that's
Oh my
fine,
God,
though.
she died with all that suspense in her.
Oh my god!
I mean, listen, she
Stop.
knows. She knows, you know what I mean? I could hear her now just being like, yeah, you look so handsome with your haircut. Like,
Yeah.
she'd be touching me and stuff. Like,
Okay.
Y'all never had parents do that where they like would straighten out your shirt and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
My grandma.
My mom, my
More
parents
than
don't touch me like at all.
Oh,
They
your
hug
parents
Cooper.
love you? Like,
I
what's
don't
going
want to
on?
be touched.
Oh,
I'm not like
oh.
a touchy person.
Okay, I didn't mean that in a mean way. It's just like, you know, you already said the thing about your mom, like kind of wanting you to go missing, and then you're like, they don't touch me, like.
I am and I'm not. I'm like, I don't know. I think touch is like my love language, and I like don't want anyone to love me except for the people I want to love. Does that make sense?
Do you think you don't deserve love?
No. I think in my like day-to-day life and relationships, like a pat on the back's one thing, like a firm handshake, like a hug because you haven't seen someone in a while. That's different. It's like I'm expressing that I miss you, but like I'm not like one of these like girls will like walk around. Certain girls will walk up to you and like hand on your shoulder for like 2 whole minutes because they're talking to you. Hand on your knee, hand on your arm, be touching, and I'm just not. I don't like that. I'm not like a hand-holdy.
Listen, I love that.
Unless it's the person that I'm like with.
Yeah.
That person I will be touchy because like I think that's my love.
When I was single, I loved that because I was like, oh yeah.
I hug all
Still
of
got
my
it.
friends because I know they need it. Not
Yes.
because I don't like it. Yeah, so like I've been conditioned to hug people because I'm like, I know you want this.
Yeah, exactly.
Married man hug.
When people
Yeah.
want a
40 years.
hug, it's my favorite thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Because I like to be the person that is like,
I'm so
you
bad
need
at
a
hugs.
hug.
Now-
I'm so bad at hugs.
Now that I'm like not
Cheers.
single, I'm like slapping people's hands.
That's
I'm like,
different.
get that hand away. Man. Like, you know. Like Charlie grabbed my inner thigh today, and I had to be like, you know.
No. Yeah, I did that. Usually I'd say he's bullshitting, but hilariously, out of context, that did happen
He
today.
was trying out something that I was like, hey, you're gonna like this, like, you know.
Creighton was driving. I was driving my car. Creighton was in the passenger seat. Don't let him fool you with these words.
Well, I was driving. You were touching my leg.
He
Whoa, what
was
happening?
explaining. He was explaining how when he drives with his left hand because his right hand is almost always on Caitlin's leg.
Or holding her hand, or,
Or
something.
holding
Like
her
I'm doing
hand or
something,
something.
you know. Sometimes
And-
I'm grabbing her by the neck. you
Because
know?
I was saying if I like had a girlfriend and we were going on road trips and stuff, I would want something bigger than the Corolla. And he was like, oh, and I was like, well, no, because I like doing this because I hold the steering wheel with my right hand and the little door thing on the left, I hold it.
Yeah, he holds it like he's taking off.
What?
Yeah,
Like, I was
like
watching
I'm driving a
What?
spaceship. I picture in my head I'm in a spaceship.
I
okay?
couldn't
That's
ignore
why
it.
I'm a nerd.
I couldn't
okay?
ignore it
loser.
after he pointed
You're
it
such
out.
a
The whole
loser.
time we were driving, he kept going like
I'm
I
like,
was like,
when I turn left, it's so fun. turning left is the shit when in a Corolla when you're holding.
and
the
then
left
I got to
door.
thinking like, how the fuck did his elbow even bump my elbow? He's like
bro.
got it all the way over here in the
I
center.
can't wait for you to like sell that car like when it's like at the end of its
Yeah.
life cycle with you, and that handle is gonna be so worn out.
I'm gonna
like
miss
it's
it
gonna be
so much. You have no idea.
No, that handle's gonna have like noticeably more wear.
Yeah.
Like
This
the
is that,
statues
like,
of dogs
the
where
rest
the
of it-
nose is gold and everything else is bronze.
But you
like
didn't
that.
finish the story
Which story?
about like, you know, why you drive that way and what the alternative I was suggesting would be.
Oh, because my right hand's always on the steering wheel and my left hand is there, it's never the other way. And so I was like, what, like this? And I held it with my left hand and put my hand on his leg. That was the explanation, and that's why he could say that and not
But did
and
you
say
like
it with a
it,
straight... I didn't like it at all. I hated
Listen,
that.
okay.
It was a woman.
I may have liked
Listen,
it if there was a woman.
listen,
There's
alright.
a lot of unknown variables here.
This is what I'm gonna put in your head for a minute.
Because I didn't drive with my when I was with my ex. Like
You
she
didn't
drove
drive,
everywhere
yeah.
because I didn't have a car.
You
I
didn't
had a
grab her
license yet.
thigh while she was driving.
Oh, she was driving.
You didn't stick your
I
fingers
didn't
up
think-
in there while she was
I didn't
driving.
think that was safe, and that's not fun. Don't say that. She's like married, has kids now. That's crazy.
No,
You
no,
can't
no,
say
no,
that.
no. I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying, like, you never thought,
Still,
like,
that's
I should,
disrespectful.
you know, disrespectful. That's your girlfriend.
Was and is no longer.
I'm not talking about the person. I'm just talking about the
Hold
scenario.
on. No. I want a ruling. Is that kind of disrespectful?
I don't
No.
think so because it's your experience that you're talking.
I'm talking-
Whenever you were
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying you never thought
I
about it.
suppose.
You've never thought about the
You're
scenario,
not talking about doing.
No,
it
that was not the
now.
place. That was not the
So
place for
bad.
that.
dude. That's the
That's-
perfect place for that.
No.
Like, listen, okay, maybe I'm a little bit weird.
No.
but
You're
like,
definitely no. There's no
It's
maybe
behind
about
closed
that.
doors.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
it's
definitely.
the perfect place for it. Yeah.
I love the places that aren't like the conventional places.
I
to
agree.
like be
There,
like,
I agree.
you
That
know.
is, there's like some bucket list
100%.
places I'd like
Yeah,
to
see?
do it, but that is
I've
not.
knocked off some of my bucket lists. It's
I'm
nice.
sure you have.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
But for me, Those places are a little more crazy.
Any vehicle in the Speed franchise, I want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
a bus, a train, a plane.
Yeah.
Basically anything that's not a normal vehicle.
Right.
All the crazy vehicles.
Any vehicle, period.
The helicarrier, right there where Nick Fury stands on the helicarrier.
Bro, did you ever see that Charlie Sheen?
I want to do it in the clock tower
like,
by Founders Headquarters. That's my
there's a Charlie Sheen movie called Car Chase, I think it's called, where he's, as you would guess, in a car chase, like from the cops, and the whole movie takes place in the car, almost. And
it's like Drive with Ryan Gosling.
There's a point where the girl that he has hostage,
a lot of it.
they fuck, and he's like in the driver's seat, and
she's just like
and the scenery outside
reverse
changes,
cowgirl,
dude.
or
Like they're
cowgirl.
fucking flying, like they're like in the clouds all of a sudden, and like she's like riding him.
That's what it's like to fuck while
I'm
driving.
like,
That's exactly what it's like to fuck while
you
driving.
should have done that.
It's incredible. Roadhead is also very similar.
It's not the same.
Keep this thing.
Don't let him fool you. It's not.
I've definitely seen some lights while Roadhead has been happening.
I didn't see anything.
I don't get it. My point being,
Creighton's best through line joke in my friendship with him is I don't get it for really understandable things.
Did you actually not get it?
no, I get it.
Okay.
That's when he
I
says
can
it. He
explain
says that when it's something outlandishly understandable. My notes are so good. I've got some great
What are you
notes
making notes for?
For the podcast.
Oh,
Start
yeah.
doing
Good. I'm
podcast
glad
notes.
you started doing that.
Which
man.
I meant to bring a yellow legal pad to just leave right here.
Yeah.
But this, I'm just going to take a picture because this is my
Yeah.
notepad
You're definitely
that
doing.
I use in my day-to-day
You're
life.
doing a better job than Ted fucking is. He just
Yeah,
lays here and
Ted's
goes to
fucking
sleep.
terrible.
Is Ted supposed to be the scribe?
Yeah, that's in his name. Theodore the Scribe.
That's a great name.
Carter.
That's not his name,
That's
but
his
it
last
should
name.
be.
The Scribe is his middle name.
The scribe is
all
that
Theodore Scribe Carter.
No, Theodore the Scribe Carter.
Theodore describe.
Yeah.
Describe.
Yes. You've
That's
heard,
ice cold bars.
it's like Descartes.
I can't say the
but,
last
you know.
word of that phrase because it's from something, and he says the N-word.
Oh.
That's ice cold bars,
Oh,
N-word.
yeah.
That's what he said.
See,
And
and
he
if
stopped
we
doing the
weren't
hate speech,
recording,
so-
And I'm not
we
doing hate speech
he's
anymore,
not doing
according to
hate
you.
speech
guys.
anymore.
Well, no, if
He's
we weren't recording
no
in
hate
the
speech
I'm
past,
recovering hate speeches.
It's no hate speech.
if we were recording in the past, he would have dropped it with the hard R.
No,
and
I wouldn't
everything.
have. I sure wouldn't have.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's
Not
okay.
even the soft
There's a
A.
reason we're not on Twitch anymore, and this is it.
This is not the reason. The reason is we're in your living room and not at my house in the basement where all my recording studio and stuff is.
That doesn't work anymore, apparently.
It works. I just don't want to do it. I like this better.
You told me that your mic's like we were having a conversation the other week, and he's like, "I'm so mad that your fucking little iPhone picks up our audio better than our mics that we got."
Well, it's not even that it picks it up better. It's the quality is better.
Yeah, no.
Like the mics never had a problem picking anything up.
Steve
They
Jobs
just
wasn't playing
sounded,
around,
They
dude.
just sounded like shit.
The Apple Man that she was talking
Honestly,
about
no, the reason
wasn't
is
playing around.
if I give that stuff to you, it will sound better anyway. Because the reason it was shitty for us is because of how many inputs it was playing through. It was all feedback. So like it was playing through OBS, through a computer, through USB,
Into
the soundboard, through the audio capture. Into the microphones.
Yeah.
It was like there were too many things being plugged along the
It's
way.
like a copy
Or-
of a copy of a copy of a
Yeah,
copy.
or generally it would literally be the microphones into the soundboard
Yeah.
laptop or whatever device. Sometimes just soundboard hard drive.
Anyways, your next girlfriend, just think about, getting in there while you're driving.
No.
Or while she's driving.
I'm not
Not
gonna.
while she's driving.
Not while
Why not while
she's
she's
driving.
driving? I've done that
I feel
before.
like
It's great.
What?
This is disrespectful because you're trying to
No, I'm just saying,
This is
think
like
about it. Think about
contribution
it.
to the delinquency of somebody.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't know if this is.
No, as long consensually. I'm not saying just go up and
Don't just stick your finger
I
in the
just-
next
I
girl's
just-
driving you
You'll
You'll
something.
become the
by the
president.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah, well, come on, Troy. I don't want you to become the president.
Grab by the. Pussy.
He's writing his notes right now. Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Write this down. Write this down.
Don't. Make sure you underline it. Bold.
He's tenderizing the ground.
Sometimes you just gotta grab them.
He's
You gotta grab 'em
tenderizing
by
the pussy.
While they're driving.
While they're driving.
When they least expect it. Just
Jesus said. They said for Jesus to take the wheel and for you to take the pussy.
That's not what they said.
I saw it on a bumper sticker.
No, you
man.
didn't.
I might actually believe that would be on a bumper sticker.
Yeah, see?
I would believe that.
I saw this video pop up the other day.
Encourage his behavior. Why are you doing this?
They just have some wild bumper stickers,
Yeah.
man.
I saw this video the other day where this guy
Oh
got
my
pulled
God.
over and got arrested for having I eat ass on his back glass of his
This is
car.
a perfect time for
Bro,
Cooper
Kilmer
to
would
tell
get
his bass
arrested.
joke.
Yes, Kilmer would
I'm amazed that Kilmer's driving around.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Kilmer's the guy that comes and helps me fix my cars when they're not working, and like
Because
his.
often Creighton's vehicles don't work.
But Kilmer's great. He helps me and teaches me things and does things.
His
that
car.
are incredible. But his car is covered like head to toe
Literally.
in MILF stickers.
There's literally
Just 90%
At
tape.
least-
the word MILF?
No,
or
like
just
like
pictures of women.
anime women with giant
Oh.
bazonkers.
and just bumper sticker joke
Yeah.
bumper stickers. I mean, like for real, probably there's over 120.
He's got more
individual
stickers than
in
a
that
race car.
Yeah, like he should be like getting advertisement.
He's
revenue.
sponsored by someone, yeah.
Yeah,
he should
it's
be.
ridiculous.
Anyways, Kilmer's great. He's a godsend. If you ever need anything, he's a great dude. Oh, you know.
Big shout out to the Killmeister.
Shout out to the
Killmeister,
Killmeister.
yeah,
Yes,
Killmeister.
yes.
That's
He's
his name now.
also he's coming on the podcast at some point
What?
because he has a YouTube.
Have you talked to that wrestling guy?
Which one?
The one
No.
I asked
That
you
means
about?
no. That means no.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're
I need
fine.
to.
When's
I
Dante
like-
coming on?
Dante, man, listen. I gave him my number. I've been like, hey, man, whenever you're ready, please come on. He got another job. He got a job at Learn TV. He's doing other shit. He got
Dante got a job at Learn TV?
Yes, he
Dante
does.
that I'm thinking about. Dante
Yes,
comedy.
yes. I'm like, who?
What?
What'd you say?
Dante comedy?
Yeah, yeah. He
Like
does
has
that.
Big Dante.
Yeah, yeah.
Worked at
Dante
the
Carter.
GNC
Dante Carter, yes. Dante
What's
Carter.
he doing at Learn TV?
He's announcing their sports stuff. I mean, it's not like he's working with the kids and stuff, but he does some kind
What's
of
so funny? What are you laughing at?
We were talking about this meme that we like a
We
lot
were,
in the
yeah.
car earlier. It's the don't feel bad. I went to Mad at You Island and no one was there. And then the
That's
person
great. I love
goes,
that.
why are you on Mad at Me Island? So where you said
You
that
sounded
about Dante.
just like that when you were like,
That's
where did Dante go to Learn TV?
Anyways, listen, Dante, if you're listening to this, text me, call me. You have my number. We would love for you to come on. I don't want to bother you because you seem like you're a busy
Right.
guy.
Dante, you ain't busy. Come
Offered
on, man. Come do this
Suck.
podcast.
He's too busy with his Inferno. Come on.
That was funny.
Thanks, Creighton.
I thought it was funny. Nobody else laughed.
I have a question for you guys.
What's your question?
Have y'all ever won a trophy in anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Many.
I've won.
Give me
pretty solid
give me your
trophy.
first one, your most important one, your most recent one.
T-ball. My most recent one is that one, and then like my.
Well, to say what it is. The
Oh, it's
people
a
can't see
founder.
that.
Sorry, it's a. Oh,
It's the
wait.
picture of
It's
JFK.
It's an award I got at work.
Okay.
Is what I will say.
Oh.
That's your most recent.
Yes,
And-
that's my
and your
most
most
recent one.
important?
First
My most
was
important
T-ball.
one was like I had this baseball trophy that was really tall and I really liked it and I hung things on it and that's why it was important to me.
Okay. You?
I won a World Series of Poker championship.
Yeah, that's a pretty
That's
good
super
one. The
good.
ring one is great.
Yeah,
for
I've
that.
got a ring.
the
That's,
ring
that's
is
my
super
that's
cool.
my first, last, and only trophy. It's the most important.
Whoa,
one.
not the last.
It's all the. What's the most recent?
Oh, okay.
Last, as in the last one that I've gotten
Yeah,
so far.
so far.
Yeah,
Keep that mindset.
yeah, of course.
You?
Trophy. I got a marksman ribbon when I was
Oh
enlisted,
hell yeah!
That's fucking cool.
which is neat.
How far? Wait, how far did you have to hit something to get that? Or how far away?
7
Shit.
miles.
It honestly, it was like small arms. It might have been like 50 yards.
Really?
Still
Like,
gangster.
that's still
pretty
With a handgun,
impressive,
That's
yeah.
pretty gangster.
Well, it was a handgun and rifle. Like you had to get
Like what Homeboy does in the Olympics. The silver medalist guy with no
But, like-
attachments.
Like you had to qualify like marksman for both categories.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you got like
Oh.
really good at rifle, but not
yeah, you
the handgun.
both.
Like you had to
get
do
the ribbon.
good both. Yeah.
So like
Um.
the handgun was probably about like 50. How far away was the rifle?
200.
No, honestly, the handgun probably was not 50.
Really?
Like,
Yeah,
like
the-
shorter.
The rifle might have been like 80 or like it might have been 50 to 70 yards, but the handgun was probably like
It had a range of 200 though.
maybe like length of this
Did you
room
see-
or like to the end of the next room.
Have you
Maybe.
seen-
That's still pretty good
Yeah,
though. I mean,
yeah.
like I don't think I could hit something from here. I mean, I don't know.
Your
You've
most
seen
recent
the-
trophy might have been pinball prom king.
Yeah.
That was I voted for you guys, by the way, for that.
Thank you.
Pinball prom, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
When
got
is that
pinball
this
prom,
year? Is that happening
next Sunday?
next Sunday?
No. What? No, hang on. I put it in my calendar.
Pinball prom, baby.
Pinball
We're going,
prom.
Charlie.
At the arcade.
If I don't have to work, I'll go.
Dress
Yeah.
up.
You
in
don't.
your
It's early in the
dress.
morning.
I'm
Put
pretty
your
sure
I
it's
can
on
dress
Sunday.
up?
It's
Can
a
I dress
Sunday.
up?
Dude,
Yeah.
everyone
Yes.
gets fancy,
Everybody
dude.
dress up.
I
Yeah.
gotta go get. I gotta go to Men's Warehouse this week
It
and get my
is-
suit altered. it's. I've gotten fat,
Oh, wait.
guys.
May 25th
May 25th.
at noon.
May 25th.
On
It's
Sunday.
Sunday.
It's a Sunday
That's
at
in
noon.
like a month.
3 weeks.
Oh, and I got a coin for guarding the president.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
So
Oh, hey, by the way, fun fact. Like, so at my grandma's funeral, Sydney's dad was walking around. You saw him.
Yeah.
He was dressed like a Men in Black. Like, he was.
Yeah, he had like
Oh,
a
yeah.
tuxedo.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, he had like,
Dr.
by the way.
Keenan was there.
Dr.
Name drop.
Keenan, yeah.
Dr. Keenan,
Yeah.
by the way.
He was
Dr.
the principal
Keenan was
at our
our
school,
principal
yeah.
at Lancaster High School. He paid for my cap and gown.
Nice.
So, like, because you can't walk the stage without it, and we
Yeah.
just couldn't afford one. They were like
Gotcha.
fucking $400, and you
Yeah.
paid for mine.
yeah.
Absolute thug life energy, Dr. Keenan.
It was kind of like a
gangster.
who's funeral.
He
you
walked
know?
up. He walked up, and I was like, "Is that Dr. Keenan?" The Creighton walked over and said, "Dude, that's Dr. Keenan." I was like, "Is it?" I thought it was Dr. Keenan. We both were just like, "What? What the fuck?" And I walked up and asked him. I was like, "Hey, Dr. Keenan, do you remember?" He was like, "Oh yeah, I remember." Like I had to tell him my name because I mean it's been a decade.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Do you know someone here?" He was like, "I don't know. You know someone here?" And I was like, "Well, I'm best friends with Polly's grandson, Creighton." And he was like, "Oh, well, you know, I knew her very well for a long time." And it wasn't until like 5 minutes later, Creighton's cousin Garrick, I was like, "Who was Polly? who was Creighton's grandmother?" He was like, "Dude, she worked at the, she was a cafeteria, like head of the cafeteria at Lancaster High School for 35 years.
Yeah.
And I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. She's got like awards and trophies.
Yes.
in there. And,
I
like,
was like, this is nuts.
It's,
crazy.
when she left, it was like one of the like they had a whole ceremony for her, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. Like at one
Just
point
like the
in
Walmart,
time,
like the Walmart greeter that has like a memorial.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
At one point in time, like her and my grandfather were like really well known in the community because my
Yeah.
grandfather worked for the city and did like their city maintenance. Like, and apparently at that time, that's like the best the city has ever looked. Like in terms of like making sure that like the flowers and all the really
Yeah.
picturesque parts of the city were well maintained and taken care of. And like ever since he's passed, I don't know what goes on with the city of Lancaster, but it's like. They just let all that shit go.
Yeah.
They even named a wildflower garden after him on the bypass.
My grandfather did that in New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yay.
Did they like, you know,
Oh, New
did
Jersey.
they
Gay, not the
maintain it
flowers.
after he passed?
Just like city maintenance now.
Nah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it was a different time, man. And it's kind of funny how, like, it's come full circle because now people just know me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
It is astounding how often people in the our town just know Creighton and know me by extension. People ask me if I'm the guy from Creighton's podcast, like all the time. Like especially from back when we were like live on Twitch all the time.
yeah.
There was a like video version. So like in the way that I don't know if you remember, but the way that the video was done was you see me and Creighton separately and a wide shot of the two of us at any
Yeah.
given time. Like that's what was seen on the screen.
Yeah.
I just live fed all three to the same
Yeah.
output, and so that's how you saw the podcast if you saw it. And he would put it on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
so like people would just click the link on Facebook and go right to the live podcast and be watching, and then I'd be like at fucking Food Line or Goodwill, and somebody be like, "You do that podcast with the tall guy who works at Food Line, right?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yep, that's us."
We're gonna get back to a visual. I'm working on it. Essentially, it's gonna be in a corner of the room and just a wide shot of us, probably initially, and then
right.
like
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah, totally.
go from there. You know, if we get bigger. I'm gonna get an iPad to run this all through, so it's gonna be sick. You know, that's just some up and coming things that we have going on after I construct my Lego Darth.
that's priority number one.
That's priority
Not
number
clean
one.
this
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, okay,
house.
so that's the other side of it. Like, I love my grandma so much, but like, there was so much that we dug out of her house. Like, 90% of what you're seeing, like right now, just came out of the
Oh
garage.
yeah. I want to look at this stuff.
He gave it to Goodwill today.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I had it for like a week, and I was like,
Yeah,
well,
we
it's
had-
just
we all
sitting
had
there.
time.
I'm busy.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff over there, but I think they're asleep right now. But
So
I
we
mean,
kinda
you know,
shitty to go
yeah.
over.
I mean, we should just barge in there, wake Christian up, be like, "What are you doing? Like, you know, you just sleep at this hour?"
When is she graduating?
Saturday.
Sunday?
No,
Okay.
Congratulations, Sydney. At the time of this recording, you're about to graduate. If you're listening to this later. College with a bachelor's degree.
Yes, we gotta be careful. I was confused.
Yeah.
For a moment earlier.
He thought that she was graduating high school.
And I was like, Sydney's
we're
17.
all either in our mid-20s or on our way out. Like,
yeah.
it's not. There's
we're all
no
getting
between.
old, man.
Yeah.
We're like a couple coughs away from 30, all of us.
Like 1/4 of this room is really getting old, and then the rest of us are kind of maintaining.
First of all, how dare you? Ted's gonna live forever. Second of all, you're also old. You're like right behind me. Old.
Listen, man, I'm flexible. I can touch my toes.
No, you can't.
Yes, I
Not
can.
standing
You want to
straight
see
up.
Yes, I
Show
can.
us. Show us.
Hold on.
Without bending your knees.
I'm not going to bend my knees. Watch this. I
Yeah,
stretch.
it doesn't hurt that he's 6'5". Like he has long limbs.
No,
But
that makes
still.
it worse.
Whoa, check it out.
He lifted his toes up. No,
You
get off
shut
the
up.
carpet.
No, that
it's
counted.
An inch and a half is huge when you're doing that.
You're a
There he is.
Okay.
you're a party
Yeah.
pooper.
I told you.
Fine.
All right,
You're a
now you
negative
do it.
man.
Break a
Nancy.
sweat. Didn't even start breathing hard. Suck on that, Charlie.
Suck
See,
on it.
that's how he's old. That being the
Suck on
metric,
that.
as if like any of us can't touch our toes like without
You're
stretching.
barely doing it, and your face is red.
Barely doing it. I did it in 1 second without bending my knees.
But you're out of breath. You're
I'm
breathing
not.
hard.
What are you talking
Your
about?
face is
Now
red.
he's
Look
getting
how
emotional.
so
Your face is
attacked. He's
red.
getting so mad.
Your face
red.
is red.
Your
I
face
do.
is
My face is red because I'm
You
yelling
look
at him,
like
and I've been
excited.
yelling at
Yeah.
him for a minute and a
It
half.
looked like you put a lot of effort into
Yeah.
that toe.
Uh-huh.
Do it again like 10 times. And then sit down.
Okay, how you want to have one of those? Let's both run a mile and see who's breathing harder and like can do it.
It's not about how fast somebody can do it. It's about maintaining, Charlie.
That's why I said a mile, not
Yeah.
how fast. I said if you can do it,
Oh,
not
I can,
not
I
how
can
fast.
run a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who you kind of look like right now?
Totally.
Adam Devine.
Right now?
Yeah, a little. I don't know. So you looked at me and like all of a sudden I was like Adam Devine. Like it hit me. It made me stop
Is it
whatever
the
I was
hair?
doing.
Is it the glasses? What
I
is
think
it?
it's the hair, because like in Righteous Gemstones, he has a haircut just like that for the whole show. Like,
What's
where's
so
the
funny?
arm?
Hold on, they're laughing.
They're laughing at
What's so
us.
funny?
Just-
Say it.
You said I could run a mile, but you like yawned in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I was like,
I can run a mile.
I could run a mile.
Was
It's
that me
not
or
like you
him?
weren't
You.
sure.
Oh, I did. Did I yawn?
I don't
Like
think it was
in
a
the
yawn,
middle of saying
but
it sounded like it.
Yeah, I probably
it was
did.
funny.
It sounded
Creighton
like
for a
yawn.
while.
I talk
would come-
through. I get to the end
This
of
is
it.
like 6 years ago, too. Before
Talk
COVID.
through. I get to the end.
Pre-COVID. Remember, this is 20-year-old Creighton. 20-year-old Creighton would come to the gym with me at Anytime Fitness, and I would like be at the gym for an hour and a half. He would show up,
Working
get
out.
on the treadmill, and then I would finish my workout, get on the treadmill, and go the same distance Creighton does, like catch up to him and surpass it, and he would be already drenched in sweat.
But I was really getting it though. I could hold it. I can maintain it.
That's an endurance run. You sprinted it.
Yeah, see?
No,
Ooh,
he-
got him.
no,
Thank you, Cooper.
no. I didn't sprint.
Calculus.
I just
Yeah.
walked 4 miles an hour when he was going 3-4 an hour. He just wasn't doing a lot because he didn't need to be sweating really
I
hard.
really want to
Yeah.
defend Creighton.
Don't defend him. He doesn't deserve
I
it.
got
right
a lot
now.
of core strength. I lifted a whole trailer the other day by myself with a lot of stuff on it and moved it.
Creighton moved big thing on wheels.
Creighton's
Strength.
like farm boy. I wouldn't trust him to catch a sheep.
Yeah. I've caught many sheeps.
I don't know. Look.
I'd
at him.
trust him to transport some sheep. I don't know about catching sheep.
I don't know. Catching
I want to
sheep
do the
is
Rocky
pretty hard.
Balboa test with you and see if you
What,
can catch
a
a
chicken?
chicken. Yeah,
Listen.
see you can catch a chicken.
I can probably
first.
catch a chicken.
No,
I would love
you need
catching
to
a
change
chicken.
it to a pig.
You think you could tenderize half a cow like he did? Like
Yeah.
with bare
Yeah.
fucking hands?
Yeah.
Like,
To
just
catch a
be-
cow.
Just
Beat the fuck out of a dead hanging cow in the cold.
Yeah.
Bring
In a
me
freezer?
cow.
Which, by the way, when you think back to it, how ahead of the game was Rocky? Like doing cold therapy while exercising?
Yeah.
It's kind of sick.
In the 70s.
In the 70s.
And like, where did he like vacation to in that like shack to like train in like isolation that it was just cold as fuck?
oh, in Rocky Balboa, like the one when he's an old man.
No.
No.
That was
I think
in-
it was either.
Rocky Four.
Oh, in
When
4
he
when he
fights,
went to Russia.
yeah.
He went to Russia
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he
there,
could
yeah.
because the fight was going to be there. He wanted to be. He said
Like acclimated.
Sylvester
to, yeah.
Stallone said that was the best shape he ever got in his life.
Dude.
Yeah.
And also what caused the most serious injury he ever took. Because
Probably.
when he got that one real punch to the stomach, when they filmed, they're like, yeah, fuck it, just punch me. What's his name? The Russian dude. I can't remember the actor's name. But he actually like, gave him a heart attack.
Damn.
He punched him into a heart attack, and like
Who did he
like in the fifth one, when you hear his voice and how it's got that slur
Yeah.
to it, it's because he's never recovered from that. He's always had that slur since that movie because he got like so fucked up.
He
from
almost
that part.
Houdini'd.
Yeah, he almost Houdini'd himself
That's Sylvester Stallone.
because
Yeah.
he told him to do it. He was
Oh,
like,
no.
Houdini had happened by then, though, so he knew better.
I'm at risk of being Houdini.
What do you
Why?
mean?
Yeah.
What,
Who's
does that,
punching
what does
you
that
in the
mean?
stomach?
Yeah,
She's
she
saying
is.
people are gonna punch her in the stomach.
No, my ribs. The 18-wheeler broke
Oh.
my ribs in
Oh,
such a rare way that I got
She got
roasted.
hit by a semi truck. Everybody.
Yeah, I got hit by an 18-wheeler.
I think we told the people that the last time you guys were on.
Yeah, well, now there's new developments. My ribs have been broken since then, but
hell
in
is
such
that?
a rare way that it hasn't been diagnosed yet.
Oh,
Instead of
nice.
the bone being broken, they broke the cartilage. So now whenever I'm chill, my ribs are like hanging out where they're supposed to be. But whenever I cough, they just like kind of break off, and then they come back.
There's an
kinda
episode
cool.
of House like that where the Jewish woman, she was like converting to being a Jew so she could be with her husband. She every time she got up out of bed, her kidney would like fall like a chandelier on like a loose chain out of her, like the area that your kidney sits. And so every time she would sit up, she would start to have a heart attack. Like her body would start to shut down, and then when she laid back down, she was good. And House like
Oh,
finally.
it's like those baby dolls, where you sit them up and their eyes open.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And House like finally
Hey,
figured
watch
that out. I
your
see.
chair.
House finally figured that out and like said, "Stand her up," and she started to like die. And he was like, "Now lay her back down," and she was good. And he did it like 3 times. They're like, "What are you doing? Tell us what it is already." And he's like, "Okay," and he said, "Stand her up," and she stood up, and he walked up and like pushed her kidney back where it goes, and she was fine. Like standing. It was great show. House is great. Hashtag it's never lupus. Great show.
When I went to the doctor about my ribs, he put his fingers under my ribs
Oh.
and like pulled them out.
Oh my god.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's not right." And I was like, "Yep, that's it."
You're right.
And
That's
he-
not right.
That's what I'm here for.
Was shaking it back and forth like a loose.
And you were like,
tube.
ow,
Like,
ow,
hey.
ow.
And because the way I described it to him, I was like a thump, like an internal thump, like when you crack your knuckles, how you can hear it in your body. That's what my ribs
Did
do.
it break in a way where it spells your name in the X-rays?
No,
Dang.
it looks normal in X-rays. That's why whenever I got an X-ray, they were like, "You're fucking fine. Get out of here." And I was like, "Thanks."
So wait, you can't even see it on the X-ray?
Nope.
You need to tell your lawyer that.
Well, once it gets diagnosed formally, I will.
Okay, yeah.
Because I can't. Also, the doctor was like, either we can remove your ribs, like, entirely, like all the ones that are not hanging on, or PT. And I was like, yeah, fuck, dude,
Maybe.
I guess. I don't want to have less ribs. I'm kind of grooving with the ones I have. Lifelong
Get your
pals.
prosthetic.
Oh, prosthetic ribs.
I don't
Get a
even know if they
rubber
would
one.
attach them.
Huh? To the rib cage.
Think of how exposed I would be.
What do you mean?
All
If
my
you get
organs.
No, like that's what the prosthetics for, to keep them
Or
on.
you get like a cybernetic rib.
Ooh.
Cybernetic
Why
rib.
don't we just, like...
Well, we're all the way back around to cyborg. You gotta start saying booyah.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's what Darth Vader
All of them.
says.
Whoa, I feel like we're stereotyping cyborgs.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
stereotype. Only
Vader's
Cyborg from
blacker
Teen
than Cyborg.
Titans and
Huh?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader's blacker than
Only they
Cyborg.
say booyah.
The way you just said that,
What'd he
that's
say?
hilarious.
What do you say?
I don't know if he can repeat
He was
it.
talking about stereotyping cyborgs, and
What did you say? Is it good?
It is funny. I mean, I'll say it if you don't.
I said that Darth Vader is blacker than Cyborg.
Damn. See, I said Cyborg is the only cyborg that actually says booyah.
We need more
we
cyborgs
didn't
to
look
say
at
it.
your
Like that. Don't scare me.
No, I'm
Oh.
just stretching, and I'm looking at that background.
Hey, man!
You can't have the popcorn. His whole head was in the popcorn bag.
He's like, what's in here? Just
I can
take a
eat some of
look.
that if you don't care.
If you don't want
We
it.
never heard about your trophies.
Yeah, what are
Oh,
yours?
what are your
Yeah.
trophies? How dare you? You did that on purpose and forgot that you did it on purpose too.
My first trophy, I used to do fishing tournaments. And so my first trophies were fishing tournament trophies. So,
I love
That's pretty cool, though.
It is cool. And it doesn't surprise me. And I think we've achieved a certain level of friendship where learning that you not only fished competitively,
But we're
but
good
have
at it.
documentation to prove
I still
so.
my trophy.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
She made
That,
podium.
Wait,
that
how
doesn't
old were you?
surprise me.
This was all under 13, but I did it like every year and won every year.
Hell
She
yeah.
made podium off the backs of other fish.
I didn't get an award for it, but I finished
you-
first place in a shotgun shooting tournament in church
Oh,
camp
that's
where
really
I
cool.
got the most pellets inside of a turkey, a piece of paper with a turkey head on it.
Nice.
There's a
Okay.
circle on the paper
Jesus.
that you have to try and you're aiming at,
Yeah.
and I had the most, like I had the tightest.
Grouping.
Yeah, what's that
Grouping.
grouping
Yeah,
of
yeah.
BBs from a
Spread, yeah.
shotgun? I had the tightest spread
I
of
didn't.
anyone in the camp,
You had
I
the tightest
didn't-
choke on the gun, is what happened.
and I
Yes.
won.
It did.
And I was the
choke.
youngest.
He did
I was
have
the
the
youngest
tightest
kid
choke.
there, and I beat everyone at paintball. I only got shot once in like
Yeah.
4 games of paintball,
Nice.
Did you ever catch any
which I was tiny. So
like smallmouth bass?
Yeah, I caught largemouth. I don't know
Do you know what smallmouth bass is?
what is the smallmouth bass.
It's just a largemouth before I got to it. Honestly.
damn.
You did it the wrong way. A largemouth bass is just was just a smallmouth
You
got
bass
it.
before I got it.
After I got to it, yeah.
He got it. He got it.
My
He
most
did
important
get slower.
trophy. Let me finish.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have a few important trophies. I got
Pick
third in
the
state
most
at
important.
pinball, and I got a trophy whenever I ran in Australia. My most recent trophy
We
was
should have got that for her.
What?
As a
Oh,
blanket.
yeah. We found an Australia Olympic costume today.
Not
Yeah.
costume. It was like an Olympic Australian like jersey thing
From last year.
for some of the. Was it last year? Did
Yeah,
we figure
for
it
last
out?
year's
For the last
beatbox
most current
tournament.
Olympics.
what?
Yeah,
it was
but
at
it was like a
Goodwill.
3XL, so we didn't get it. It's
That's
a Goodwill.
sick.
It was at Goodwill.
Is
But
it
it was
still
a,
at
it was a
Goodwill?
costume.
Well, if it didn't get
Yeah.
purchased
It was a
today,
costume.
It was a costume.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
good.
No, it was a costume. I know you keep
Costume?
saying yeah. So like the whole point, like I read the whole little summary
Thing on
of it, but like what it was like that beatboxing thing was so
Oh,
iconic. People
my
were dressing
God.
up as that for Halloween.
Oh,
so it was
I didn't
the
listen
costume.
to this when he told me.
I do
Yeah.
have a Letterman jacket from Australia though.
That's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Did you do all your trophies?
I'm finishing.
Oh, okay.
The
Sorry,
Australia
sorry.
one's probably my favorite one, or like most
So many
important, I
trophies.
guess. And my most recent one was Dungeons and Dragons Grand Champ.
How do you even?
Pinball.
Oh,
It's pinball.
Not the tabletop game.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're about to
There's
say
a
how do
Dungeons
you
and
win?
I was like, how do you win Dungeons and
Competitive
Dragons?
D&D,
Yeah,
yeah.
like what the?
I would love competitive D&D. That sounds
D&D on
incredible.
pinball. Okay.
Nah, competitive D&D can't happen. That's just the Oscars. Like you can't do that. That's just the Academy for.
Are we saying that the whole Hollywood machine might have gotten started from a really interesting game of D&D?
No, but it's like it's comparable.
I think it happened in my head canon with the whole D&D.
This is what Bohemian Grove is. This
Do
is
any of
a
you
D&D
have to
club.
pee?
No. Why are you? Do you
Are
have to
you
be?
taking a dump?
I got to dump hard.
Okay.
So if anyone,
Go hard dumping.
If anyone
Yeah,
needs
go
to
on,
pee,
light that candle in there, man.
Go dump,
okay.
girl.
Do you have lighter?
Yeah, there's a lighter by it.
Is there?
If there's not, I have one.
I was gonna wait, but I simply can't.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Simply.
My trophy thing, or my most accomplishing thing that I think I've ever done that I didn't get like an award for was the other day we were helping my stepmom move her mother here to Lancaster. And I was driving the truck with the hitch that they prepared, and they put a pin in for the hitch, but didn't put anything to lock the pin in. So
Oh.
we were driving down the road, and the hitch just comes out.
Like the bobby pin thing that you
Yes.
stick through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hitch just comes out, and I didn't know what happened. I thought the hitch just snapped or something, because I went over a bridge, and it was like, boom, boom, and then all of a sudden, everything was falling. And so, like, I hit the brake gently enough to where the trailer just kind of bumped into the truck, and
Yeah.
then got it slowed down to where, before anything bad happened,
Yeah,
and
like,
the trailer, like, launched.
Before it
you know?
like detached from the hitch or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
Yeah. So I saved the load, I saved the truck and the trailer. The hitch was okay. It was half seized. That's actually the one off my truck that I took and hooked to their thing for it. He picked up a hitch pin.
Oh.
Ted, what's your favorite trophy?
Ted has so many trophies. I don't think he could talk about them.
He's got so many awards. The cat's got his tongue.
His best trophy is biting my hand all the time.
Yeah, he does like to bite.
He hasn't bit me once. He licks me.
Yeah, he will like hug and lick you. He's really good at that. Cooper,
Yes.
where'd you go?
Cooper, you gotta come back so I can grab
Oh.
another Lindor truffle.
Lindor truffle.
Grab me one.
Yeah, you have
There's enough to go around.
an empty box of Pop-Tarts in there, and I was really excited. I picked
Oh,
up the
you
box.
can throw. I bet
I
Troy
did
ate all
throw the
those.
box away.
I bet Troy ate all those.
I went there to grab.
Yeah.
There was none in there.
Not today.
He said not today. He did eat them though. You ate all of them?
Oh, not a trophy, but I did get Eagle Scout.
You did? Hell yeah. I was in the Scouts for a little bit. I didn't like it.
Yeah, a lot of kids didn't.
It was okay. I mean, there was nothing like inherently wrong with it. I just wasn't interested in it at the time. Now, as an adult, I think I would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because of the
Yeah.
different like survival skills and trips you can do and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you really don't get those kinds of opportunities as an adult.
I
to,
got-
really-
No. Well, because you have to like fund them yourself. Like you
Yeah.
have to rent out a camping spot by yourself.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, your parents kind of fund that,
But
or the troop funds it.
I think it would be cool to have like an adult troop. You know what I mean? Like
There-
where like you know.
The Boy Scouts of America do have like an adult division
Really?
called like Adventure Scouts. Yeah, where they do like rock climbing and like whitewater kayaking and
God, I
shit.
love
That like
That'd be
they
cool.
wouldn't get 20 kids to do it because that's
Yeah.
a big liability.
Yeah.
But if it's a bunch of like 18 to like 30-year-olds, then you know, kayak at your own risk.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, absolutely. Dude, one of the best experiences I ever had. I used to go to summer camp. I went for like 3 or 4 years in a row. And
Yeah.
the first one was like a robotics camp, and that was really fun.
Oh, cool.
But then the 2 or 3 years after that was going to like a straight up summer camp.
Yeah.
So we would go whitewater rafting on the Nantahala in
barely
North
know her.
Carolina or South Carolina. It's right there, like on the border between like either Tennessee, North Carolina, or South Carolina, in the bottom of the Blue Ridge near Clemson and Spartanburg and all that, or not bottom, but I guess middle of the Blue Ridge. Anyways, that's actually I knocked out this tooth doing that. Yeah, like we used to play capture the flag on whitewater rafting on like between 3 different whitewater rafts, and we'd tie a flag to one paddle, and like it would basically turn into pirates, like where you're trying to like jump into another raft to steal the flag
Oh
and jump
my God.
back
That
in the
is
middle
so
of going
That's
down rapids.
incredible.
It was
That sounds like so much fun.
it was so fun. We
I
had
want to
such
do
a
that
good
so
time.
bad.
The first time we were pulling up to like a raft. This is my first time ever doing it. I'm so ready. I'm sitting like on the second row. We're about to send our first 2 people in front of us onto the like set for raft in front of us. We were so, it was hype.
You guys have like positions.
Yeah.
like-
we were ready to go.
Like
we had
roles-
a
roles
captain
to
dude.
play.
We had
Yeah.
a captain.
This
He
is
threw-
incredible.
He threw the first row throws their paddle backs and I catch the T-grip right here. This is right after I got my
Oh my
braces
God.
off and it
Yeah,
switched back to
explain
it.
that. Explain that visually to the audio podcast.
What? Oh, well, I
You're
got
not
hit.
explaining
I got
it.
hit in my front, in like
No
the
lighter.
right
He's
one of
wrong
my
about
front tooth.
in there. There's no lighter in there.
Oh, I was lying.
I actually don't.
I do have a lighter. Hold on, lighter.
Where?
A lighter.
Just tell me.
It's in. You wouldn't know.
Okay. Hold on.
Well, I will talk to the podcast.
Yeah, you talk to the podcast.
I am not a fan of whitewater rapids anymore, considering I almost died in them last year.
Nice.
Yeah, she
That
got
sounds
swept away.
awesome.
Yeah, I got stuck on a
I love
rock.
almost dying.
Stuck on a rock in the middle of the rapids, after not intending on swimming at all. And we got stuck there for hours, and I thought we were gonna die.
Wait. Where'd you get stuck at?
In the Catawba over by Lansford Canal, where it's all rapidy.
Yeah.
You know how they have those super rare spider lilies that bloom every year?
Yeah. Did we miss the window for that this year?
No, it's in May.
Me and Mike go almost every year to see the spider lilies.
Well, me and my friend were looking
just
at
to
them
hopefully
from.
pick up women that are also looking at the spider.
Dude, so last
never
year
works.
or the
It's
year
always a
before
bunch of
last,
gay dudes.
last year, the year before last, I went with Chris and like we ran into this woman with,
I went with you.
Oh yeah,
was
you
all
know,
3 of us.
yeah. You remember the woman with the dog that was
I
like
do.
definitely into Chris and
I
was
do.
like hitting on him and like flashing her titties and stuff.
And like he just didn't
Yeah.
get it. He was
no,
like,
he got it. He was
Big Chris?
like,
Yeah, Big Chris.
Big Chris.
Oh, and
He
he just didn't want. any
no,
part
he
of
got it. He understood right away that she was like a train wreck. My favorite memory of them. Sorry, go ahead. My favorite memory of the lilies.
Anyway, my only memory of the lilies, because I only saw them for the first time last year.
Really?
And, yep.
I almost died.
And almost died.
Almost killed
You should just walk next
We
time.
were
Why
walking.
was your first?
How'd you almost die walking?
Those lilies were like the sirens, like singing to her. And,
You
like,
had to go out
calling her
there.
No, that's not what happened. We wanted
Were you
to.
there?
Huh?
I can't see.
Were you there?
Anyway. No, he wasn't there.
Okay.
It was just
Targeting
me and my
Cooper.
friend, and we wanted to see the lilies, so we're on the shore, and it's like very calm where we're at. It's like maybe 4 inches deep of water, and we're on these rocks, and we're just looking at the lilies, enjoying it, like lounging on these rocks in like the very shallow, very calm water. Anyway, I get up, done looking at the lilies, about to go back, step in what becomes a hole. And once it had my leg, there I go down the river. Well, I slip halfway in, and my friend Liv, she like grabs me and she's like, I got you. And then next thing I know, we're both in the water, fucking in the rapids, down the river, like fucking
You gotta be careful.
about to drown. I know that. I'm an EMT. Like, I know this. It frustrated me so badly that it happened to me, because whenever I hear, last year, right before this, it might have been right after this, there was an EMT that worked at Piedmont who died in the rapids.
Damn.
And every time I see, like, a death in the river or something like that, I'm like, how did someone, like, let this happen? They're very deceptive, anyway. So we're tumbling in the rapids. Next thing I know, I don't know my orientation. I don't know if I'm up, down, left, right. Like, it's dark. I can't breathe. There's water. It's cold. And next thing I know, I hit this fucking rock. And then my friend gets on top of me in this rock. And I turn around, grab the rock. She's in between me and the rock, drowning in my lap. And I, like, knee her up. She gets on this rock. I get on this rock. We look around. We are way far where we were taken in, and we are in the middle. Like, we probably could have touched the lilies. We were where the lilies were, just in the middle of the fucking river. Rapids to the left, rapids to the right. And we're like, oh, it's fine. I'm very optimistic. I've almost died a few times in my life, and I was like, I haven't died yet, so, like, we're gonna figure it out.
Everyone feels invulnerable till they almost die.
Well, every other time I've almost died, it's been really quick. This was a very long one.
This was a very long almost die.
Well, it was very, like, slow. Because at first I was like, we're going to figure it out. Someone's going to come on the kayak, we'll yell at them, they'll get help. Something like that. Nope. One person comes out on the kayak, they can't hear us scream over the rapids.
Damn.
And they're just looking at us from their kayak, and I'm like, rah!
They're like, hi.
Help!
I wonder if this is the same day me and Chris went, because we saw people on kayaks. Wouldn't it be funny if, like,
there's always people on kayaks,
dude.
It started getting
I used
dark.
to kayak through those flowers, and it's incredible.
I want to do it
awesome,
so
dude.
bad.
It
We
would have
did
been really
that
funny,
after.
Yeah.
Like, after it almost killed us, like a week later, we got the kayaks,
You
and
use
we
my
went.
yeah.
Because we had to get redemption on those fucking lilies. This is all.
So wait, how did you end up getting out?
Redemption to
We were on this rock for hours. It started getting dark. My philosophy was, I'm going to sit on this fucking rock until... Because I'm not jumping into the fucking river. Like, I'm not doing that.
I did.
My friend, on the other hand, she was like, I can't just sit here and wait. And I was like, so what do you suggest? She's like, I'm going to jump in. And I was like, to what? Like, there was nothing around. It was just rapids. And she was
swim
like...
faster than the rapids against them. Clearly, obviously, idiot, dumbass, idiot.
She's like, I'm going to jump in. I can't sit here and wait. Like, I can't wait. And I was like, we had a real close heart-to-heart of like, if you die, I'm not coming after you. And she was like, that's fine.
Damn.
It was very...
That's wild to say to the person you're with.
Well,
I get it, though.
We were dancing around it because I was like, I can't help you if you jump in. She was like, I know. It was a very, like, sentimental conversation. The thing is, we're not besties.
Yeah.
We're like acquaintances at this point. Like, we just both know we really like outdoorsy stuff.
It's like that movie, Fall.
Yeah.
I swear to God, Cooper,
Have
I was
you
about to
seen
say
Paul?
that. No, but I know what you've told me everything that happens. I was literally about to, like, it's crazy you said that. I was going to say next.
That bitch had it coming.
I almost wrote down the fall that I was going to wait.
Have you seen it? You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah, Cooper gets it.
Anyway,
You're just going to leave me hanging.
like I said, it's getting dark.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's getting dark. She's like, I'm going to jump. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop you. So she jumps in, fucking flails through the water for a minute, and then stops. And then she found a rock that was, like, under the water, but, like, shallow enough to where she could be on her knees on it and, like, holding onto the rock.
Yeah.
At this point, she's, like, 15 feet away from me. And I'm like, well, I mean, if
What
I
the
jump
hell?
in and get lucky and end up in the same projection as you. And she was like, you got it, you can do it, you got to jump over here. And I was like, fuck. So I jump in, lose my Crocs.
No!
I had to buy new Crocs right after.
It's the worst part of this story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck almost dying. You lost your Crocs?
I lost my Crocs.
That's
And,
like a knight losing his sword.
Well, I lost my Crocs before that. The first time the rapids got me, my Crocs were fucking gone.
Crocs are not great river shoes.
Well, I wasn't planning on
When they're
being in the
sports mode, they're
river.
pretty great.
No. Not even in sports mode. It might actually be worse. You might drown.
I've never worn Crocs.
Anyway, we end up on this rock that's slightly closer to shore. And then we have to keep essentially doing that.
Just jumping.
Like where she jumps into the rapids blind, find something.
You're just doing it because you're seeing it not fail.
Yeah. She was like, dude, if she didn't have the balls that she did, I would probably be dead because they let the river out at night. Like, the rapids would have come up higher at night.
Yeah. They let the dam out.
Yeah, and that's... I admire her a ton because she just was so ready to get out. Do I think it was the smartest thing to do? No. But it did save my life. We eventually got out, and then I found a newt, and I was like, "Oh, see, this is what happens."
It's a better day.
Yeah, it was such a good
the day was worth it.
I took a video of us as soon as we got back to the shore, and
I
got
remember
my
this.
phone.
Yeah.
I remember this newt. You showed me this newt on your phone.
Wait, did you have your phone with you the whole time?
No, just whenever I got back to the shore, because we like stripped down to our bra and panties to like lay in this shallow, like on this rock.
What?
So you were just lost in this
Man.
place,
You have no idea
almost naked.
how unlucky you were that there were no kayakers.
Yeah, you have no idea how lucky you were
Yeah.
that there were no kayakers and you had to survive on your own.
Where's the
could have
FBI
been
when
the
you need
worst.
them?
That could have been the worst day of your life.
Man. I was wearing like shorts like this and like practically a sports bra. Let me go back to it whenever
She
that
doesn't
happened.
get it.
She doesn't get it.
Yeah.
I could have gotten sunburned.
Did you get sunburned?
No.
Oh, was it cloudy?
Do you know? I don't remember that
It's in
well.
the water.
I was not in the water. My ankles were in the water because the rock that we landed on was like in 6 inches of water, and the rapids were just going over our feet. So if you look down, you get real dizzy and almost fall. And we'd take turns like holding each other's hands to try and feel the bottom. So
Yeah.
she'd hold me, and I'd like dip my leg, couldn't feel the bottom,
is that
come back
you?
up.
Yeah, he's being a seagull.
It's a baby bird.
Yeah, this would be a chick. So, I have a question for you. Do you know what you're supposed to do if you get swept away in rapids?
I've thought about it a lot and how to make it a better thing.
You're
but-
supposed to use the whistle that's on your mandatory life vest. Is what you're supposed to do.
You're
Well, no,
supposed
if
to
you-
use your cryo powers to freeze the area around you so that you can get your footing.
Well, you're supposed to, like, turn away from the direction the water's flowing so your feet don't get caught and you end up, like, pushed over into the water.
Yeah,
and
instead your
drowned.
head would just go in.
Your head would just hit the rocks behind you.
You
No.
supposed, like, you
Don't nod your head
yourself.
no like you've done it.
Listen, we had to take a whole class before we did capture the flag. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, what the fuck were we thinking?
You had to get capture the flag certified.
Yeah, you know bread's on the top of the food pyramid, right? Like, none of that shit means anything. Like, rules are literally retarded. Like, the food pyramid's been wrong. Like, so are your fucking
Nice.
dumb survive of fucking white water.
Listen, all I'm saying is, like, one of us got swept away,
You're
and it
supposed to have a
wasn't me.
raft. You're not supposed to be in the water. You're supposed to have a
Yeah,
raft.
where's your
Yeah.
raft?
Why are you in the water? You're already
Where
doing
is
wrong.
You silly goose.
That's happened to me before, though. Like, not the whole being swept away thing, but we were on a canoe one time in, like, a river, and we hit some rapids, and it swamped the canoe,
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
bet it did.
flipped it and took it away from us. And it was just, at the time, it was me, my mom, and my brother. And, like, we were just, I think Christian was maybe 8, and I was, like, 12 or 11. And it was terrifying because, like, we were in the middle of the woods. We had, like, nowhere else to go. We had signed up for one of those things where they drive you up, like a river with a canoe, and then you ride back down to, like, another place.
Not being able to touch my toes.
Yeah. I do not rock with canoes, personally.
He hates
They're
canoes.
not, I don't like canoes.
I don't like kayaks.
I don't like
the
either.
idea
How
of getting
dare
flipped
you.
up. Well,
That
no.
is-
Listen, I'm not trying to
Kayaks
Don't sit
are
on that.
amazing.
Don't sit on that.
Why?
It's broken.
You're
It'll, like,
broken.
it will collapse.
Got you.
I have a new lid, but I don't want you to fuck it up even more.
A new lid.
So why don't you like a kayak?
I don't like the idea
Kayak killed his
of being,
father.
like, locked into something and then it flips upside down and you can't get.
Just don't flip, idiot.
See, that's why I don't like kayaks. But I've never been
Get
like
out.
huge into
Yeah.
water sports. Like,
Just
It doesn't
get
have
out
a
of it.
seatbelt, bro.
Yeah,
It doesn't have a seatbelt.
Listen,
Just undo
I
the
understand
thing.
that. I understand that. I just don't, I don't like it.
well, that's the fucked up thing because the day we got swept away was the day the rapids were like an all-time high, and then the week later when we came in the canoes, it was chill. It was so like nothing. I was like, wow.
I thought you were going to
I
say
almost died
that
in
was
a
the
really
day we were
gay
supposed to wear our
river.
seatbelts and we didn't.
I almost
I
died in a
carry- I
really
carry
gay
a,
river.
I carry a
Crazy.
life jacket in the trunk of my car if I ever
And Ritz.
am going somewhere with water.
Are lame.
Next time I go to scare one.
He's taking notes on why we're lame.
And don't like kayak.
But he's never been on any rapids.
So I have.
What?
White water
Where?
rafted. I white water rafted middle school. I water rafted like 3 years
Do
ago
it
with
right
George and
now.
his family.
You won't.
Our next door neighbor.
Do it right now.
They have
won't.
No balls.
Won't what?
No balls.
No balls.
You won't do it right
You
now.
won't do it right now.
Fucking take me to a kayak to the river.
All cock or no balls, Charlie.
I love it.
bring
I
me a
love
kayak.
kayaking. I'll do it right now. I love
I got a
kayaking.
canoe
Hang on,
right
wait.
there.
Do you hear me? I'm saying, let's do it. Like, okay, like
Right
fucking
now.
challenge accepted, bro. Like, take me.
Use a kayak with a headlight.
Yeah,
on
like
it.
what do you want? I've done it at night. I've done it at day. I've done it
Well, you
here.
know-
I've done it to play. Like, how you want me to Dr. Seuss it up? Like, what do you want?
Well, you know the dam's about to release at the Catawba, so
I know.
Well,
I-
damn.
My dad taught me how to use the
Hey.
dam doing that as a speed boost. We would fly through that bitch when we were little.
That is a incredible experience,
It is very fun.
especially like when the alarm is like
Dude,
blaring. It's
headlamp
loud as fuck.
technology, by the way,
Yeah.
being there for when it was shitty and then having
Yes.
the good shit
Yes.
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
It's nice.
It's so
Yeah.
nice. When you can see the
Super
whole world
bright
at
lights,
night
yeah.
while flying through the rapids, and flying through I want to say like it's almost like a marsh island.
Yeah.
You know, with the moss that's like hanging on the sides. Like being
Like, yeah.
seeing those as you're flying by them. Is like seeing the Himalayan mountains in Avatar. Like you're like, whoa! I wish I could just sit in this one spot and look at that for like 4
I
hours.
like the ones like you said the
Like that the
Catawba?
lilies are on
Like,
almost, but like the ones that are more sporadic.
I've like camped on some of those.
Yeah, well, I'm saying so when they let the water out,
Yeah.
and those are like half
Oh, yes,
more submerged
yes,
than
yeah.
usual. They look so cool as you're passing them, and
yes.
I'm like, this is an experience that no one ever gets, where you like stand still
Yeah.
when the water's that crazy
Yeah.
in the middle of it. Like no one's ever there for that. Like that would be so cool to like Oracle, like the things that you are in Halo. Whenever you are on Forge World, if you could just like float above it all,
Yeah.
like and,
And
look
watch
at
it
it.
happen,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Now I want to go kayaking.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck
Right
yeah.
now.
well, you
We'll
know
take
the lilies
10.
are coming up soon.
They are. We should go kayaking.
We'll
during
take the
lilies.
canoe whenever
I'm
the
down.
lilies pop up.
How many people sit in the canoe?
4.
That's too many. I want little, like private ones.
3 can be in the canoe.
And that's-
Well, that one
even that's a
supports,
lot.
like-
I want my own little thing.
Well,
I'd
you
rather-
can take the canoe, and I'll take
I
one of the
don't trust
inflatables, and yeah.
What'd you say?
I don't trust canoes.
Yeah.
Oh well,
I
Cooper
don't
will
trust
take an
canoes.
inflatable.
Let's get kayaks. You'll get
Kayaks are.
You guys have great. You'll have great fun in the canoe.
No,
Yeah.
I'm getting a kayak.
I'm sure
I'm not
you will.
scared of them.
I'm not saying
I
you're
just,
scared.
you
I'm not
know.
saying you're scared. I'm just saying that I'm
The
not
canoe
saying I'm
leaks,
scared.
but it's cool. Like I got it under control.
Sorry, I'm talking to the cat.
He's
the
talking
cat's
back.
name is Ted. First of all,
Ted, describe.
Ted the Scribe,
Describe.
Carter.
that is such a sick.
That's what the D.
That was such a
stands for.
bar. It was annoying how good of a bar.
I
that
told
was.
you, I know what I'm talking about when I
What?
name
No,
my
that was
animal.
my joke, you
That was
idiot.
Ritz's
Oh.
joke. Well,
I
her
know
bar.
what I'm talking
I would
about
say
when I
it's a
invite
bar.
Ritz to the podcast.
I wouldn't say it's a joke. It's a bar. It's straight up like lyric.
We need.
You know what this sounds like?
What?
Sounds like the end of the podcast.
Well, no. I was gonna say we need Liam to come and like rap battle Ted.
Liam is lame.
But he's not a rapper.
For
Who, Liam or Ted?
Ted.
I thought you were saying
a
Liam.
scribe.
He is a scribe, but a
Describe.
scribe can be a rapper.
That was a reference to.
Would you guys like to
Super
hear
Hot
the notes before we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
but-
ahead. The rock,
In
rocking
this
them
order.
off.
In this order, we're gonna go over what we went over today.
What did we learn today?
Okay.
On the Shirts Off
Ritz,
podcast.
Ritz is a dumb idiot, asshole, bitch ass idiot.
That's
Cats cannot have popcorn. Creighton had his haircut after his grandmother died for her. Disrespectful roadhead. In memoriam, Creighton's grandparents. Sly Stallone getting punched. Ritz's rib problem. The tiger lilies. Ritz almost dies seeing the lilies. The Fall.
Okay, they're
the
spider
movie.
lilies.
Whatever.
You said Tiger
spider,
Lily.
whatever.
Tiger Lily was
Same
the
shit, same animal.
name of the
Creighton
Native
and
American
Ritz
girl
are
from
lame
Peter
and
Pan.
don't like kayaks. Liam is lame for not being here. Those are my notes for this episode. Hashtag podcast notes. Hashtag end of the episode.
I can't
Hashtag
believe
have a
you
good
just
night,
name
everybody.
dropped Tiger Lily. Like we wouldn't get that Peter Pan reference.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I honestly just I know the words
And
the word combo of Tiger Lily
Listen,
better than I do Spider Lily,
I
and it was
hate
just like second nature
From
to write it.
here on out till the end of time, I'm always gonna confuse Spider Lily and Tiger
With
Lily.
Tiger Lily,
I'm gonna piss Ritz off so many times. I'm gonna be like, let's go see the Tiger Lilies. And she's gonna be like, what are you
They
talking
don't even
about?
look like tigers. What are you talking
I
about?
know,
look
right?
like
That's what I'm
spiders.
saying.
Oh my god. This was a good podcast. Shut it down.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're wrapping it? All right,
let's wrap it.
roll credits.
Roll
Written
credits.
and directed by... I'm just kidding.
Quentin and Tarantino by Written Directino.
Yes. Thank you for listening. If you like
favorite
what
dish.
you have heard here and you want to hear more, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell,
Gay.
not to miss an episode.
All of this is gay.
I'm saying things
Shirts
to
Off
get people.
Podcast.
Shirts Off
It's the Shirts
Podcast.
Off
Thank
Podcast.
you,
Woo.
Ritz and Cooper, for coming.
Thanks for having
Charlie,
us.
thank you for
We love
being
being
here. And, you know,
No problem, bro.
Ted, thank you as always for describing things or subscribing things, whatever you do.
Problem.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bro.
And God bless.